All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound okay mic-wise, you could hit that number 1. And if I sound all right, mic sounds, I think I'm getting a bit of a cold, so yeah, maybe my voice is a little different, but audio-wise more so. Todd, Greg, Paul, Strucking, Random, Kevin, Brett, very good, perfect. Kyle, thank you. Change here. Perfect. All right, very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, if you want to have something, well, first off, thank you very much. I appreciate the support watching it in the archive. But if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then the way to ensure that happens is to use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use, I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. But wherever you're at in your journey, whatever you're trying to do, empire build with multiple accounts across multiple firms, all that sort of stuff, here are the various firms that I do have a code with. So save yourself some money, because if you use code CLAY, all caps, then that will open up whatever the current promotions are at that prop firm. That'll give you that discount. So you save money. You help ensure that something you enjoy continues. So it's a good win-win on multiple fronts. So I really do appreciate. Thank you for those of you that have used code CLAY, and I appreciate your consideration in the future. All right. All right, everybody. Well, good morning. It is Friday, April 17th. The year is 2020. Ooh, year is 2026, and we are off the screen now. There we go. Back on screen there. And it has been a very weird day for me. And it's a good little lesson that I want to get into in terms of just how deceptive today actually was. But hopefully you're all closing out the week strong. Remember, it is Friday, so maybe err more so on the side of risk management. Don't want to ruin your weekend, right? I've been there many times where you do something stupid on a Friday and then you have all weekend to think about it. And it's just not fun. It is not, there's not anything close to being fun about it. But what was, and I don't know, let me know your thoughts, but usually at 9:30, when the market's open, I am ready for, and when I say 9:30, I mean when the New York Stock Exchange opens at 9:30, I'm ready for explosions. I'm ready for, man, things are going to get crazy. And then here at 9:30, it was, did anybody else seem like, wait, that's it for a 9:30 open? Give me a 5. Did anybody else kind of have those two words go through your mind? That's it? Again, at 9:30 a.m. when the New York Stock Exchange opened, was anybody looking at the futures and you're like, that's it? Wait, what? Huh? Okay, good. So I'm not alone. However, let's look a little bit deeper in. Yeah, exactly, Random. Like, just what was the actual range of the opening 2 minutes? Low of that was at, for math's sake, let's just, okay, well, I can do that. 65. The high up here was 20. So that was actually a 55-point range in the opening 2 minutes. Yet I was sitting here along with many of you, it sounds like, saying, that's it? It's kind of slow. What's up with that candle? That candle's barely budging. Yet the candle that's barely budging still actually had a 55-point range. So what I'm getting at here is it is deceivingly a fast day today. Deceivingly fast. And if your position size is not right, it can sneakily bite you. And that's why the y-axis over here is very important to look at the space between. So this space on the chart, as I drag up my crosshair from this, or if we just look at this box, pretty small box, but is it? Well, the difference of this box is still 20 points. And so it was, I don't know, almost the first time ever where I looked at a candle and I thought, wait, that's it? That's all the price is going to move at the open? And then realizing, oh, wait, that was still a 55-point range. So, in other words, be careful today. It is deceivingly actually pretty volatile. And so if you have been cooked because maybe your position size was a little bigger than it should have been because you thought it was a slower day, I get it. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but it's kind of weird. It was just a weird experience for me, like thinking, man, that's kind of weak. That's it. And we had, so here's kind of how it went down. Let's see if I can find it, because there's, So this is just kind of how it went down. What kind of slow open was that? Then here's me, very slow at the open, kind of setting the tone for the day, as in like, okay, I guess we're gonna have a slow day. So I mean, it at least tricked me and two other people in terms of it being slow. But again, to reiterate, it is anything but slow today. But what has created the problem is making people think it's slow when it's actually pretty violent. So anyways, that may seem like I harped on something more than what it needed to be, but in futures, position sizing is so critical. And if you get position sizing wrong, then, I mean, even like this, right? You can look at this and be like, okay, yeah, nice. Big move up, nice little pull back there, and there it goes. Well, yeah. However, this pullback was 95 down to basically 65. So this was a 30-point pullback, meaning if your position size was too big and you got long, sure, your overall thesis was right. Nice move up, pullback, there we go. But with a 30-point pullback, that's enough, again, if your position size is wrong, to absolutely cook your account, and then, you hear your account get liquidated, and then you see it curl back upwards. So that is why I am trying to harp on it, because movements like this can seem so beautiful, but if your position size was too much, well, that nice healthy pullback cooked you. But how are your days all going so far? Red, green, terrible, great, best day ever, worst day ever? Blew an account, passed an account, got a payout, didn't get a payout? Blew up one new, oh, nice. Love to see it, Zach. So in other words, you had a losing trade, but then you had a winning trade. So you're at a 50% win rate right now, Zach. But you are massively ahead I love to see it. Good job, Zach. Zach's at a 50% win rate today, yet massively ahead. That is the power of prop firms and the risk management they provide. Blue test yesterday, up 200. A new one. All right, good job, Pam. Yeah, all right, Pam. I remember you saying yesterday that I think you said you were on tilt or you're thinking about going on tilt. So it sounds like maybe the rest of that story was you did end up going on tilt. I am interested, by the way, in a long down here if it wants to pull back. But we are still quite a bit of ways above the 21E, which does remind me again. Maybe that easy point today is the purple line. The past couple days, like trading has really been that easy. You just buy the 21 EMA. I don't know if that's here today, but maybe today that point is the 50 period. Some moving average, that purple line right there. So we'll see. But yeah, I am interested. I am long biased right now. But even right now with this pullback, seems still a little too overextended for me. So I'd like to see more of a pullback before I get interested from the long side. So I locked in my first payout yesterday. Today I locked that pro in. Good job. And one put on two. I think you just mean on two horses. Because if you lock, that pro. So how many racehorses? So remember, the racehorse, Old Wolf, within the analogy, are past accounts. So they're pro accounts. Those are the racehorses. Is that what you're saying? So you locked one of your racehorses, and then you have two other racehorses, aka two other pro accounts, and you're at plus 50 on both of those? Is that what you're saying? Oh, you have three. Okay, cool. Well, nice. Now, do you have any other horses in training right now? I admire you, Clay. Every day, $200 for 15. I admire you, Clay. Every day, $200 for a 15-minute job. Oh well, no, not. I don't know if you're saying that I'm green $200 every day or I'm green every day, but no, every is a very strong word. I'm definitely not green every day. Went on tilt yesterday, that rolled into today. All right, Johnny. Well, just be careful. Don't go on too much tilt and roast like 30 accounts. Going into Friday, that's not going to... Oh, wow. All right, there we go, oil. Whoa! What? I'm such a... Okay, I mean, I knew oil got hammered this morning. I guess I never looked all the way over to see the actual prices. Yes, you were witnessing somebody that... So I saw this, I'm like, okay, oil got hit pretty hard. But I was just assuming the past couple of days, in this distance. So again, going back to the y-axis distance, the distance between these two numbers is what would you say the distance of these numbers normally is? Usually it's like 20 cents. From my observation, 20 cents is usually the distance between those two numbers. Maybe 40 cents. Maybe 40 cents. But usually, if I were to look at the chart and I'd see this distance here, I'd say, okay, from this to up there would probably be about 20 cents. So I saw this. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, oil got smacked down a couple of dollars. But I did not realize that this distance right now is $1. So yes, holy smokes, oil is getting absolutely crushed. Because I never looked all the way over here. I assumed. That's why we don't want to assume, folks. But wow, okay, now we're potentially going to be dropping into the 80s. So oil is a volatile beast today. Oh boy. Oil is paying people or cooking people. I'm not sure there's a middle ground on oil today. Okay, we're getting a pullback here. Wow, crazy. Again, that y-axis. What up, been more of a gambler past 2 or 3 weeks? Been blowing. All right, John. Just take a breath, brother. All right, I am going to look for potential long here at, see, even this, I think 5 might, I better go with 3. Okay, I'm going for a long here. Former breakout point, and we have the 21 EMA. Let's see if we can get a bounce up off of this area. First target hit. Good job, Brian. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Philly. Like I said, I saw the news and it makes sense now why it's down that much. But I just assumed that big movement I was looking at was like a few bucks. But no, it was definitely way more than a few bucks. Hey, Goose. I am definitely coming down with something. One of those. I need something hot and scalding. All right, well, never mind on that. Well, it got close to the 21 EMA, but unfortunately in trading, close is not good enough. But yes, I appreciate tax cuts. So as that oil price comes down, that is a tax cut for everybody. I do not have chills. No chills. Just right now, kind of a rough feeling through it. And I'm trying to keep my eye on the weather. I'm hoping these storms get pushed back out further and further. That way the builders can, let's see if I can give everybody a let's see, what would be a good one? I don't, maybe this would be a good one to kind of show. No, I don't think so. I got owned on yesterday, by the way. Absolutely mic dropped on. That's not. There, maybe this one will do it. Let's see. So here is the progress on the house. So you can see the basement is dug. They're putting on the floor joist. Now putting on some flooring. So that was yesterday. Look at those blue skies. That's not the case today. We have storms moving in, but I just keep watching them. In my ideal world, maybe the storms never show up, but the further in the day they can get pushed back, obviously the more time they have to work on it today. So anyways, so I showed up. So I took the kids to the ballpark, did some more, baseball, softball, whatever you want to hit it. Then went over to the property. But we were there when the crew was still there, and my wife, wants pictures to document the process. So do I. So, I mean, and it's hot. It was like 80 something in Iowa yesterday. So a lot of the guys have their shirt off, whatever. It's construction. I pull out my phone. I'm just like, I promise, guys, I'm doing this not because I want shirtless guys. I'm doing it for the construction and all that sort of stuff. And so they chuckle. They're like, okay, fine, go ahead. And I was just like, yeah, my wife wants a lot of pictures. And then one of the guys back in the corner goes, so your wife wants pictures of guys with their shirts off. And I was like, and everybody laughed. And I was just like, oh man, that one backfired on me. So yeah, I got totally owned yesterday. I got totally owned. But yeah. So it was funny though. We had a good laugh at it. But I did not, as somebody that prized myself, and I should be way better now, given the live stream, I should be better at thinking about like the derivative consequences, like secondary consequences or third degree, whatever, the second and third degree consequences of what you say, how it could come back and bite you. But man, it got me. It got me. I was going to get him pizza today for lunch, but again, with the storms moving in, I was like, all right, fellas, we'll do that another time just because I know you guys want to maximize your time as much as possible. But anyways, it's a good group. It's crazy. All brothers. The guy that I've been working with comes from all of you that are like, I can't believe you have 6 kids. Dude, the guy that I'm working with is one of 13 kids. So, and he just had kid number 9. But anyways, the crew is him, his oldest son, and then all his brothers. So his oldest son is, I think, now 17 or something like that. But I don't know. It's just they're good. They're good humans. You know, they're good salt of the earth type of people. But it's funny because they're all brothers out there, and like I'm gonna try to become their friends after this. Since we're still kind of new to Iowa, we're still searching for friends and stuff like that. I mean, we have friends, but I think I'm gonna try to get an in with that family because they're good. They're good people. No, not Amish. Nope. I'm trying for a long down here, but it, once again, is not pulling back to the 21 EMA. But I was like, oh man, as soon as that happened, I'm like, all right, I got to disclose that to the live stream because I pride myself in trying to think ahead so I don't get cooked up myself. But oh man, I did not think that one ahead enough, and I got cooked. Back in October. No, not right now. Sorry. It's too close to a potential trade, so I can't go putz around with all that right now, Rookie. Maybe somebody else can help out Rookie. What do people have as their NQ all-time high from back in October? All right, have a good one, Alfonso. Again, I'm looking for a long down around this area, but I'm trying to be patient and let it come to me. I think I'm okay with 5. Today is definitely, sometimes I'll do 8, but I think 8 is too much on a day like today. Did I get the big get? Yeah. Yeah, this. Yes. All this is from before I went live. Yes. I did. Oh, yeah. The other nice thing about today was I'm allowed to talk about this, I think. I mean, because I post when I cook them. So here is just me being a total idiot, though. So again, this is stupid. Don't try to do this. This is dumb. Don't even pay attention to crap like this. So I got an account pass this morning, a 150K. So there's my 9. Would have been cool to hit it right on the dot, but I'll take within $1. Like, what an idiot. Like, I mean, again, I think that looks kind of cool, but I'm like, man, that looks so cool if I hit it right at 159. But like, don't do stuff like that. That's just me being a total moron. So anyways, did get a new, so I'll have a new racehorse in the stable, 150K. So that was good. But the learning lesson there is don't pay attention to stupid stuff like I was just paying. Ooh. Okay. What time frame 21 EMA do you trust the most? Oh, I trust them all equally. Yeah, AMS, I was wondering where you were. You were there at the start, too, and then you disappeared. Yeah, you should have been sent a recording. All right, I'm thinking about a long here now. It's come down here. It's respected the overnight high. It's respected the 21 EMA. We have a lower shadow here. So I'm thinking about a long. Hey, good morning, Sharpton. Oops. Okay, I'm in. See if we can get some movement to the upside here. Come on. Go. 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 I'll take the little scalpy scalp there. I'll take that scalpy scalp. Hesitating a little bit more than what I thought, but it has been a great morning for 10-point base hits. Yeah, 10 points is with the, well within the realm of reason. That doesn't mean it's easy, but I hear what you're saying. I don't know how much. I don't know. What was that number at beforehand? I think that was like $60 or something. I don't remember what that number was at beforehand. If you're still long, by the way, I'm not calling you crazy at all. I just wanted to get for my mental. Nice to start the live stream off with a winner. But yeah, I'm not gonna call you crazy one bit if you're still long. In fact, I will probably look to get long if this does want to drop back down here. $60, okay. So yeah, I will look to get long down around this area, which is the 21 EMA and the overnight high. Now, if this pops up too much and then drops, I will no longer be interested. But if it wants to pretty much drop straight down from where it's at right now, I'll take a swing at it. I don't like the short here. No, if you are getting short, I'm not going to call you crazy because you can have such a small risk profile. I mean, you could get short here at the top of this, throw your stop right up here, and you have a very minimal risk. If you get stopped out, okay. But if it can roll over, you could be looking at a very nice upwards reward compared to whatever was being risked. But I don't know. I don't like it here. It seems like too much possibility that it might push through. Hey, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. We're kind of slacking in the like department right now. So if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it does help. Yeah, let's just call those the quick spikes. I just think those are usually it's an order that shows up, and I personally think a lot of times it's just a mistake. That's why there's sometimes called fat finger trades, where somebody buys a bigger size than what the market can really handle. And that's all the market is, right? The market is going to find where there's buyers or going to find where there's sellers. So somebody has put in some sort of order, and at that moment, at that spot, there's just, so let's just say it from a buy standpoint or from a sell. Well, if there's no buyers at that sell point, then it can snap very quickly as it goes to find those bigger size. And if you have other algorithms that notice, oh wow, somebody's trying to actually sell quite a bit right now. Well, I'm not gonna buy right here. I'm gonna try to buy down lower. So then buyers can all of a sudden just move their bids down lower because they see somebody's trying to dump. And not even necessarily a dump, but just any sort of bigger size. And then all of a sudden, when that one single order is gone, and that person has been able to sell, and it's probably like an intern that's now getting yelled at, you idiot, you're supposed to scale out of that size, not just put it all in at one time. But after that's all gone, because it was just a single thing, well, all right, price snaps right back up to where it was. That's all price movement is. It's a transaction. It's buyers looking for sellers and sellers looking for buyers. That's literally what a market is. I know that's kind of boring explanation. It sounds way cooler to like describe all this other stuff, but that's all a market is. What makes up a market? Somebody looking to sell something and somebody looking to buy something, right? There's an app or there is a market that exists for everything, whether that is from apples to TVs to baseball cards to, cows to gold to oil. but futures are liquid enough for huge sizes. Well, yeah, overall, there's a reason why on spikes you see bigger volume, because a bigger volume thing shows up that is enough that overwhelms the supply and demand. But yes, overall, but I assure you right now, Abel, if you had 500 contracts and you just threw out a market order for 500 contracts, it's going to create a spike. Now the spike it's probably not going to last, but like it'll create enough of a spike as you get reamed over the coals. Well, like, think about it. We have 200 people here right now. Let's just assume that we're all on live accounts. And let's just like, okay, everybody, on the count of 3, we're all going to buy 2 NQs. Because I'm an idiot. There's 200, and we're all going to buy 2. So that's 488 contracts that we could hit the market with all at once. Now, is that still enough? Not necessarily, but I mean, it is possible. But yeah, all it is it's just people, it's sellers looking for buyers and buyers looking for sellers. Rookie. That hence the word if. If we were all on live accounts, then that sort of thing is possible. If. That the key word in that whole phrase was 2 letters. If. Do we have a range here? I don't know. Oh, no, I wasn't talking to you, Phil. Yeah, no, that was a fair question. Now, if you want to call it a cool name like a liquidity draw, I don't even know what that is. But if a liquidity draw is are sellers in search of buyers or vice versa, yeah, okay. I guess that's a cool name, but that's what as long as that's what it's describing, because that's all the market is. Like any market, it is buyers who are looking for people that they can buy from, and is sellers looking for people that they can sell to. That's it. AMS, look, I say this with all due respect, but like, I don't know, man. You kind of like, you show up and you turn this thing into like a one-on-one type thing, and then you can't even sign up for the thing you signed, or you can't even show up for the thing you signed up for. So like, put yourself in my shoes. How am I supposed to take that? When it's time to actually be serious, the person is not serious. How am I supposed to take that? If you were me, how would you take it? If I'm like, I signed up for your class, brother, I'm serious, and then I don't show up, how would you take that? Hey, Wainwright. All right, we're entering another area, potential long here. In fact, yeah, I'm going to try to get long there. Put my stop right below these lows. There we go. So looking to get long at the green line. Just trying to see if this is indeed some sort of range. And if it is some sort of range right now, well, that's how I'm defining where I think the bottom of the range is, right? Because if you're going to play a range, hopefully you're going to buy at the bottom of the range. So that's what I think is the bottom of the range. But I could be wrong. Therefore, that's what stop loss exists for. Never mind. So, okay. So you're not going to answer the question. Gotcha. Put yourself in my shoes. How would you feel? Well, never mind. Yes. Yeah, that's... In other words, you hear where I'm coming from. Well, I'm short, breaking trend line. Okay. Well, maybe you're right. I'm thinking about getting long right there, brother. You're going to take it with me too? All right. Well, at least there's 2 of us. Unless it doesn't... I don't know. Maybe I'm the moron that... Hey, dude, why don't you just buy at the 21 EMA? It's bounced off there about 38 times now. Fair. That's a fair point. All right, I have canceled out. Why is that the case? Well, we are just witnessing a nice green candle fail. I'm not interested in now going long after what I was just looking at as a nice green candle has completely failed. No thanks. So I'll go back to the drawing board on that. MNQ is like 60 points above IB high. I don't know what an IB high is. I know what IBS is. I don't know what an IB high though. Still gonna go? All right, relax. Well, never mind. No fill for relax again. So, I mean, think about it. Let's say that I still have my buy order down here. What is that going to mean? That means that this big green candle that we're looking at right now has failed miserably. I'm just not looking to buy after a big green candle like this has failed miserably. Doesn't mean that it won't work out, but that's just why I'm now no longer interested in buying down here. Oil was on a rip. It literally relays to NQ tick to tick. It's my best indicator. When it goes up, NQ goes down. Well, Brad, I mean, quite literally, until today, that like correlation has not existed. In fact, wasn't it yesterday or was it 2 days ago that oil and the markets were moving in tandem with one another? What day was that this week? Was it Wednesday? Like there was for sure a couple of days because I remember talking about it where I'm like, okay, well that correlation is gone. What day was that? Was it Wednesday or is it, okay, Tuesday? But there was certainly a day where it was like objectively clear. Oh, wow. Oil and the markets are going in the same direction. All right, well, if my thesis is that this is now a range, I suppose I should be looking for a short up around here now. That's just a little scarier because this range is occurring in an uptrend. So that's what makes that a little bit more of a scary prospect. My stop loss got bottom ticked. Oh, man, that's the worst. Well, be careful, Abel. Those are the tilt-inducing moments. So be careful, brother. Bull flag on the 5. Yeah, bull flag, bull pennant. I'd agree with that. But what some people are calling a bull pennant, again, they're not wrong. You know, they're probably doing something like this and saying, oh, look, it went up. Fine, fair. I'm just saying, yeah, but I don't know. I think this might be like the range. Do you draw the red line? This line, which is in my eyes is pink. No, that's an indicator. I will. I'll try it short, but I'm not going to just blindly short up here. I want to see it. Oh, okay. Ideally, in my perfect world, this candle comes up a little bit more. Like closes right here. Next candle opens right here, bumps its head, then comes down. Then I can get an oh so small risk profile. Not quite as good, but okay, all right. And then just dropped right back down anyways. Let's go check on oil here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this distance here on normal days is like 20 cents. It is now 50 cents right now. Ooh, all right. Oh, boy. Did I just tempt myself to trade oil when I probably should not be trading oil today? Oh, boy. Ooh, look at that, too. Maybe a short up there. We have the overnight low and the 50 period. And, oh, I have to try. I have to. Look at this. We have the overnight low. We have the 50 period simple moving average. And we have these previous highs. So that's like three smooches of potential resistance. Again, that does not mean it will be resistance, but it's something that I got to try. There we go. Okay, so looking to get short 3, which I might still actually be too big a size because oil is pretty violent today. And that's what it looks like. Well, geez, look, this thing's barely budging. Yeah, that's what makes oil tricky. It's like not doing much, and all of a sudden, ba-boom, and the walnut cracking begins. Come on, purple line. Is that a target there, or are you just wanting to get filled there with me? Okay, here we go. Maybe. Maybe kind of, sort of. I think I have 3 solid reasons to think that this could be an area of resistance, but there are no guarantees. Come on. All right, maybe. Maybe. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. No! Come back up. No, stop. See if it wants to give me another try. I am in. Okay. All right, let's see some rejection action here. See if we can at least get that first target hit. Good job. Okay, let's make sure this is a green trade. So my stop is in green territory. Very good. Next target will be down here if this wants to keep rolling over. If not, that's okay. It'll be a green trade. Just a question of how big of a green trade, because I don't know how far down this wants to go. But right now, worst case scenario, small green trade. But I like that. I like when my risk is small green and my reward is unknown. Come on. Reject. Reject. This feels right because I'm cheering against oil. So I'm also cheering for lower gas prices at the same time, cheering for me to make money on the trade. Come on. There you go. Come on, red. Show up some more red. No, red. Why are you trading with Robinhood? There are better way. Well, assuming you're day trading. If you are day trading and using Robinhood, that means you are day trading your own funds. And that is by far not the most efficient way you could go about day trading. But to be fair to Tempest, maybe he's got a swing trade on or... Oh, stopped out. All right. So yeah, $25 on that one. But the mechanics were there to potentially make more. It just didn't roll over. I'm swing trading. Okay. As long as you're not day trading with Robinhood. Han. Yo. I'm calling it a day here. Got other things to do before the weekend hits in the honey. You're going to bail on it? Dude, come. Please don't roll over now after you take me out. That'd be obnoxious. Are you doing 2 contracts at a time? I missed it. I started with 3. I got my first target hit, which brought me to 2. And then I moved my stop into green territory. Because oil is pretty crazy today, so I wanted to err on the side of caution position size-wise. All right, let's go back to it. Okay, so the sideways range continues. Like this. Ooh, would I have been filled there from? I think I would have been. I don't remember. I had a trade plan. I don't remember though now. Bought another eval after getting funded because I want to stack funds. It's got 2.5 on mine. Well, on the bright side, Han, at least you know you can pass the test. Robinhood have the worst fills. Yes, because free is not free. Webull, anybody that you're using as your day trading platform, because of the free commissions, there is no such thing as free. You are paying for quality of executions, as Random pointed out. That is why when I was day trading stocks and options, I paid commissions. Why? Because I was paying for a direct access broker, meaning you have direct access to the market. Robinhood, Webull, all those other free ones, that is not direct access. Now, to be fair, if you're swing trading, the fills may not matter. So if you don't quite get the best possible fill, then who really cares? Maybe the type of day trading you're doing, maybe that also still does not matter. All I'm saying is there is no such thing as free. Oh, they charge you to, really? Any amount or just like below a certain amount? Man, oil is being a dirty little rat. Like, how are you not? I mean, it could still roll over. We're right at that triple. I'm almost tempted to hop back in short, but this eyelash is driving me nuts. Man, it's so painful having beautiful eyelashes. Hey, George. Who else here has beautiful eyelashes and you can relate to my problem right now? When the eyelashes kind of mess with your eyes? Man. The price for being Greek. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the most accurate thing I'll probably see all day. Well, let's see. I started the stream about 10:40 right here. So yeah, pretty much since I started the stream, we have been in this range. Eyelashes, yes. The things right here that grow over your eyes are called, well, at least I call them eyelashes. I suppose I don't technically know if that's their official name, but that's what I call them, brother. It must be a big thing in the political world today. My one political buddy, man, he's blowing up my phone with all sorts of stuff. This is also the buddy, not a fan of Trump. I'll put it that way. Not a fan of Trump. But I also have buddies that love Trump. So that's what, you got to surround yourself with multiple angles, right? So I like to go back and forth with him, but I also like to go back and forth with the buddies that love Trump. So I go back and forth with the guys that hate Trump and the guys that love Trump. It's fun. It's fun. Tough, you have some fake ones as well. That would have been, oh, if I had fake eyelashes, that would have been funny. Okay, this is what happens when the market starts to range. You kind of start to talk about eyelashes. You have a buddy who's a furry. I do not have any furries, but your name is also Arctic Wolf. So there's a good chance that Arctic Wolf may be a furry. Webull is free for ACH. Okay. All right, maybe a short here. Again, I'm going to want confirmation, though. But this does... Again, I'm not calling anybody crazy for saying, well, I see a range, so I'm going to trade the range. I'm not calling you crazy at all. I'm going to join you. I'm just saying I'm not going to just throw a short order up there. I want to first see some form of confirmation. You're missing out, Matt. Maybe I am. To be fair, maybe I am. No, yeah, if I were to force to pick a direction, I'd have to pick up just because this is a sideways channel in an overall uptrend. So I would choose, yeah, ultimately it'll continue the trend, right? Go with the trend. Like I said, if that's under the pretenses if I was forced to choose. Yeah, oh yeah, that reminds me, BMR. We always have that conversation about even if you know the news, like you're still missing the most important part. How is the market going to react to the news? And like Netflix was a perfect example. Yesterday I read that Netflix like beat earnings. I think they crushed earnings pretty big. And then I'm like, oh man, Netflix must be booming. And then you looked and the stock was getting destroyed. It's just like, so think about it. Let's just assume that you had inside information on Netflix. You're like, oh man, we crushed earnings. We did this and this and this. I'm going long. You would have gotten crushed. You would have gotten crushed. ChatGPT told me how much you make. Oh, Kevco, you need to go and what is the MIT study? How much does it say I make live streaming? I'm curious. I mean, I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but I'm curious. What does ChatGPT have to say that you apparently are just trusting blindly? What is your indicator for ONH? Iman overnight high low. So you have to search for that if you want. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Okay, we could. Okay, so once this reaches 0, this candle will be done moving. These are 2-minute candles, meaning each one moves around for 2 minutes, but we are now through. Okay, maybe a fake breakout though. Maybe a fake breakout. This could be a fake breakout of the range. Frank, you know that when it comes to net worth, I only will give people a range of my net worth. I will only give a range. Well, yeah, 50K what? Per year, per week, per day, per month, Kevco? Dude, it's already eroding away at you. Kevco, you need to go look at the MIT study that shows what people that use ChatGPT all the time, what it does to them. They like literally lose their ability to think critically. It's happening to you. Like the fact that you don't know to specify any sort of context of time frame. Like I don't know 50K what per decade? Kevco is like a shining example. Kevco might have been in the MIT study. Crazy. That's sad, Kevco. I feel bad for you, brother. I don't know, is 50K in total since I started the live stream? Man, you'd think that you know to specify that context with your brain. And who remembers, so this will vary my age, this is your brain, and then they show like an egg, and then they're like, this is your brain on drugs, and it's like the egg. Who remembers that? Anybody remember that? Like, that's the new thing. Here's your brain, like, if you're just using your brain. Here's your brain on ChatGPT constantly. That's like the new one. Again, I don't have anything against AI or ChatGPT, but some people, and like I said, MIT study, like if that's all you use to think, like you literally don't know how to think anymore. And poor Kevco is suffering. He's one of the casualties. New research from MIT details how new research. Oh, that's only 2 weeks ago. Okay. The one I was thinking about was probably this one. Yeah, back from June 2025. New research from MIT details how ChatGPT is making users delusional. No, we've never seen that here, have we? Have we ever experienced any delusional people here in the chat box? No, I don't believe that at all, MIT. We have never seen any delusional folks here. No, I don't believe that one. Never seen a single delusional person. Dinosaurs exist? Yeah. You are not going to convince me that alligators, crocodiles, great white sharks, lizards are not dinosaurs. We are totally live amongst dinosaurs. You go sail down the Nile River and you tell me that we don't live amongst dinosaurs. So yes, and I'm not kidding. I firmly believe dinosaurs still exist. Look at a freaking crocodile and tell me that dinosaurs don't exist. All right, I will be looking for a long now if this wants to pull back. It's seeming like this sideways channel has been broken. So I'm interested in a long potentially around that yellow line. That exists in Florida. Yeah. Again, if it wants to pull back here, looking for a long. I do the nuisance. Wait, are you being serious, JP? You capture alligators? Oh, that reminds me. So news that we need to remember together. 1 o'clock is the oil rig count. Now, over the vast majority of history, we've had those moments, and we're in one right now, where that actually might matter. For the vast majority of my trading career, I've not cared about the oil rig count. But we are at a time, unique time in history, where the oil rig count might actually influence the market. So at 1 o'clock, please, we need to remember together that there is actually significant, well, I think could be significant news. So keep that in mind. 1 o'clock, we need to work together. And the reason why is because 1 o'clock is normally, like 2 o'clock is one of those times, right? 9:30, one of those times Eastern, 8:30, one of those times Eastern. But like 1 o'clock, no. It's a well-known fact that about 90% of retail traders lose money. I don't know if it's a well-known fact, but I'm always hammering home that trading is not easy. It's very difficult. So people around here, why do I have a sneaky suspicion that you're going to have a name that was just created? Why? Oh, okay, no, you created that name in 2018. I stand corrected. But yes, around here, I try to make it clear that trading, while not impossible, is very hard. So we would agree with that fact. Because that fact does not say that, because if trading was impossible, it would be 100%, right? But yes, that fact suggests that while it is possible, it is hard. I usually just catch and move them, but sometimes, dang, JP, that's cool. Hey, boss, Boska. That's right. Soldiers from French army in Indonesia. I think you might probably mean in Indonesia 50s. Actually, Crypto Claudio, I'm not sure what you're saying. Clay, you missed the entry. I did. I was hoping nobody would notice. Actually, no, I didn't even realize it. But you're right, I did. I mapped out that yellow line. I talked about that yellow line, and it just bounced from that yellow line. I definitely did miss that. Whoops. That's all right. There will be more opportunities. Did you get it though, Alex? Alex, I really don't care that much, to be honest. I don't care. It was a funny conversation. It's a fun one. Lighten up, Alex. Lighten up. You're acting like there will never be another trade opportunity for the next 3 hours. Calm down, brother. I did a quick scalp. Good job. Wait, did we hit all-time highs? I don't know what would be all-time highs. So maybe we did. Tradeovate was acting up when I... Oh, that's frustrating. When the platform knocks you out of what would have been a good trade just because you want to err on the side of caution. Okay, gonna try a line. Just trying to play. Basically like a bit of a bull pennant. Whoa, that was weird. My thing just disappeared. I think we're back though. I better cancel that out just in case there's internet issues. Did the screen go black for any of you? My screen went black, but I don't... Maybe that was just me. Not for me, no. It buffered? Okay, maybe that's what I saw. Let's just make sure I'm not having... No, looks like... All right, looks like the internet's fine. Buffered but not black. Okay. No, but my data just glitched. Okay. Whoa. Where did that happen? Okay, that was quite the move. Okay, I'm long. I am long. Let's see if this hammer wants to keep hammering. Maybe even turn into a green hammer. I mean, it bounced right off our trusty friend, the 21 EMA. This is, no, I better not. I'm thinking about adding some more right here, but if it doesn't bounce, then I better not. Well, all right, I got to get out. That did not work out. When I got in, we were looking at that nice little hammer, and then the hammer went bye-bye, and so did some of my green. I will look for a long down here, though. We have all these lows. We have the 50-period moving average sloping up. We have the overnight high right here. So I will take a swing at that. So we'll see if it wants to drop on down here. What is that actually? That's 10. Oh, yeah. I'll drop this down a little bit more. There we go. I don't know if that was even much of a difference. But anyways, all right. Looking to get long there at the green line. Trying to go with the trend. It's pulling back. Bottom part of a consolidation right here. We have the overnight high. We have the 50-period simple moving average. None of this stuff guarantees it'll bounce, but I don't think I'm crazy for thinking it could bounce. All right, here we go. Maybe. I am definitely trying to catch a knife here. But I think it's not a random knife catch. I think I have logic to why the could be at least somewhat of a bounce right there. It's that 52-week high that it rejected off of. Well, yeah. I mean, the price always rejected off of something. Anywhere on the chart, you can, if you look hard enough, you'll find something that it rejected off of. It may be the Bangladesh 38.2% Fibonacci level that it rejected off of, but you look hard enough, you'll find it. Okay, again, looking for... That green line turns blue, I'm in. So it needs to drop down a little bit more. I kind of want to go short. Well, go short. Go short, brother. If that's what your trade plan's telling you to do, that's what the strategy says to do, then go short. All right, this is where I don't know if I like it anymore because now this hammer candle will basically be failing. So, yeah, I don't know if I like a long down there anymore under the circumstances. I will say this. That stop loss I took right here, I'm glad I took it. Had I gotten too fancy, that could have gotten spun out of control really quickly. Because this right here was basically, what, 55... Yeah, almost about a 30-point move. See if it wants to come down to that area or not. $21 EMA and the 5-minute also getting close to that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm also basing it on. I'm going to try a long at the green line. Stop right there. So looking to get long at the green line. Stop is at the red. Come on. Come on, Cletus. I went long with you and jumped out and went short back to the loss. I think you mean short got back the loss is probably what you mean there. All right, well, it's not. Like I said, I'm trying to be patient and have it come down to that green line to fill me. But as of now, it is not quite dropping down enough where... Do short, John B. Well, Sue Young, how about you do a short? How are you going to play this short? Where's your entry point? Where's your stop loss at, Sue Young? I'm on long right now. Okay, well, where are you long? And where's your stop at? It's at the bottom of a Bollinger Band and also looking for longs, but waiting for a setup. All right. Got in at 824. Okay. Okay, here we go, maybe. What? How am I funny by asking you what your trade plan is? Huh? I mean, thank you. I'm glad you find me comical. I just was not expecting me saying, okay, well, what's your entry point and stop loss? I didn't think that was going to have you equating me with, oh, you're funny. Just the way I talk. How do I talk? All right. I think this entry now feels almost like an area that I'd be getting dumped on. So I'm going there for my buy now. And my stop will be down there. Again, at this point, if there's a miniature bear pennant, and I'm just not quite sure I feel comfortable anymore buying as a bear pennant begins. Now, it could be a fake breakdown of the bear pennant, but it is still nonetheless the start of what could be a way bigger breakdown. So, yeah. Like your tone it funny. Okay, well, good. Sue Young. Hey, yeah, somebody has shot. All right. Let me cancel that out. Just in case it all... Okay. I'm trying to think. Do we think this is a news candle? I don't know. Maybe not. Volume's not huge, so I don't think this has anything to do. It just decided to get spicy. Okay, maybe back to normal now. All right, I'll throw this trade plan back out there. Okay. We're just going to go right back up. Look at, so look at the volume profile. And if you just picture this as a mountain, look at this mountain peak, which makes perfect sense, right? I mean, we've been chopping around here forever. So yes, it makes perfect sense that there is a lot of volume that's taking place right in that range. I don't think so. I don't know if this was a news candle because yeah, there is bigger volume, but I don't know if this was news candle worthy. So no, I don't think so. I think that was just the price getting a little jiggy. What is Trump doing today? My buddy is just one after another after another. Now what did Trump do? Goodness. Oh, is there a Fed guy talking right now? That makes sense. That checks out. All right, I'll cancel these out again. Watching you is calming. Hum. No, I don't mean I just mean my one buddy that loves to talk politics. He's like blowing up my phone right now. Yeah, so young. Where's your stop at? Man, yeah. So I started at about what, 10:45-ish. Started the stream. So started the stream right here. Yeah, we have basically been in this range with one false breakout of the range the entire time. This is nutso. Come on, brother. A year. Okay, so young, you have no idea what you're doing. You either have no idea what you're doing or you're a troll. One of those two. I say, what's your stop loss? And you say a year. Okay. So you're either trolling via rage bait or you're just that new and you have no idea what's going on. Well, I mean, which one is it? It's okay if you're new, by the way. Like, you're like, actually, Clay, yeah, I am new. Hey, that's fine. We all start off being new. Like, there's no shame in being new. But, like, those are the two circumstances now. When I say, what's your stop loss at? And you say a year, that reveals a lot. You're basically new. Okay, no problem. So, when a stop loss is going to be an actual number, not a time. Oh, really? Oh, I got you. Hey, Andy. I'm sure you are, Boston, and I'm actually up 10 million on my personal account. How you? So I'm doing great too. I'm not trading futures right now. Well, what are you trading? If you are a day trader and you're not day trading futures, you are choosing poorly. You've chosen poorly. Oil doing anything? Nope. Yeah, I think Boston is a guy that's been here before under other names where he just like says numbers. And then he says, like, trust me, bro. I think that's that guy, just under his new iteration. Oh, yeah, that's totally. Oh, yeah, yeah. He created his name in April. Oh, yeah, okay, so Boston is, I think it's that one guy. I think Christian Garcia was his name at one point. The one dude that just likes to say he's up big amounts, but then, like, it's always trust me, bro. Fed guy must have said rate cut. I'm not sure the Fed guy said anything. Just because we're just continuing to chop back and forth. Like I literally cannot do anything because my thesis has been that we're in a range, and I mean we're basically right in the middle of the range. So I'm not like I gotta just wait for something. I'm up 15,001. Trust me, bro. Yeah, no problem, man. He actually did say rate cut. Okay, well, it seems though the market does not care much about what this guy has to say then, because the proof is right here. We're just continuing to go sideways. I have some numbers. There you go. Boston again. That's fine. If you are who I think you are, like at least you're not totally obnoxious this round. You're kind of, but not enough to get thrown out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're that one guy. So this is like version number 4 or 5 screen name. But again, at least you're being at least you're tolerable this round. Round 5, you're tolerable. Bit 2 barcode for me. Gonna hire an lecture. All right, have a good one, Warrior. I think we push around noon. Well, what's at noon? What is at noon that makes you think we're going to push at noon? I'm on the NQ. Roger that. All right, throw a buy order down there. What I think is and hope is still the bottom of the range. So looking to get long at the green line. Okay, somebody throw So Young in timeout. I think they've been here before. They're just being obnoxious with that sort of talk. So timeout for So Young. Passing. Sorry to hear that note, Noble. Okay, here we go, maybe. Again, looking to get long at the green line. Let's see if this is still want to be the bottom of the range or not. And I am close, close, close. That green line turns blue, I'm in. Doggone it. Well, there's the bounce I was looking for. So never mind. It's oh so close yet oh so far away. All right, let's come down here now. All right. So let's see, maybe here. So now looking for basically the inverse of this. This was a fake break of the range to the upside. Now let's see if this is some sort of fake break to the range to the downside. Because again, this is basically how I'm defining the bottom of the range, give or take. So let's see if it maybe wants the fake break to the downside. So step 1, it's got to get below that yellow line because that would represent the break. And then I want it to be a true break until the green line. And as soon as it hits the green line, that's where I'm thinking, that's where I'm wanting it to turn into a fake break where it bounces back up. A fake breakdown at that point. But right now I want it to be a real breakdown because it's got to obviously get down there and fill me. Okay. Come on. Okay, good. Keep breaking, keep breaking, keep breaking, keep breaking. If that blue line turns fill, that's when I'm going to, or blue, that's when I'm going to say, okay, now be a fake. But right now, be real. Be a real breakdown. Come on, be real. Be real. Be real. Be real. Be real. All right, now be a fake. Now fake. Now fake. Now go back up. Okay, there we go. I'll take a little scalpy scalp. Thank you. Thank you, brother. There we go. See, I'm telling you, us as traders, we should make politicians look like little angels. You need to be an absolute scumbag as a trader. You need to be able to flip your opinion just like that. You need to have zero loyalty to any opinion. Like, people think politicians are flip-floppers. You ain't seen a trader. You haven't ever met a trader. I mean, think about how sleazy that was. Breakdown, 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 and then in an instant, fake breakdown, fake breakdown. I mean, oh my goodness, I was a total sleazebag. But you know what? In trading, there are no loyalties. If you're bullish 1 second and then a quarter second later you're bearish, own it. That's okay. Are you still shorting this massive bull market? I mean, no, on that one I was long. But I think, Kevin, you must be more of like a swing trader or something. But here, let's see if Kevin... Okay, let me just... So this represents the bull market that you're talking about, okay? That's what this is representing. That yellow line is the bull market. And let's say within the bull market, this is happening. So the white, it represents the price. Okay, so what do you do here? What would you do there? The price comes up to this yellow line. So this yellow line is representing the overall bull market, the overall channel of the bull market. The white line is right there. Are you going long or short there, Kevin? Long or short? I guess I'll open up to everybody. Long or short? What are you doing when the white line is right there? Long or short? It is a bull market. It's a big bull market. Look at the bull market. Okay, so Kevin is he's trolling. He's trolling. Gotcha. Good try, Kevin, on the rage bait. Good try. Good try, Kevin. So right there, everybody that is just actually not being a troll, that is why when people are like, why are you shorting in an uptrend? It's like, well, because even within an uptrend, there are areas where it makes sense to short. So good job, everybody that took that serious. Yes. And guess what? You just all went against the trend. You just all shorted in an uptrend. You just all shorted in a bull market. Sometimes I go the opposite of Clay. Well, yeah, and sometimes that is very smart. Sometimes it is a Clay fade day, where whatever I do, it's wise to do the opposite, because we all have those days, myself included, and unfortunately for me, sometimes you're on a live stream. Is there a delay on this stream? Yeah, I think like 3 seconds. I shorted 15 NQ. Yeah, I'd be very aggressive too. No, EBAM, I think he's talking about my hypothetical that we just did, so I could illustrate a broader point. That's at 1 o'clock. Oil rig count at 1 o'clock. Sometimes I trade with you. Sometimes yeah. You all know I preach independent thinking. I like how it doesn't bother you seeing the candle continue to move up. Oh, yeah. In regards to, it would have been a way better entry had I held. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, like, now I'm sure somebody could describe what I did there, like using very fancy terminology, but like, yeah. I mean, all I said was like a fake breakdown of the channel. And look, it broke to the channel and it was fake and it went back up. I know. That's the KISS method for you. Keep it simple, stupid. I don't have any fancy sounding descriptions other than there is a sideways channel. I think it will break to the downside, but it won't be real. Therefore, it's a fake breakdown. And then I think it might go back up. I know. I'm sorry that I can't explain that in like a way that you can explain it to others and then sound really smart. But like, I'm too stupid to use all those big words. Oh man, there was a this here and a this, and then this happened. It's just like, yeah. I just saw a channel and I noticed how like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Kevin, this is your final time before you just get banned. Actually, it doesn't mind. Let's see. This guy's... Let me check his profile. I'm pretty sure he's already been here before. So why I've given him this much leeway, I don't know. Oh, no, he's been here since 2014. I don't know. But yeah, you will care because you'll be back again, Kevin. Then call a shot. Go ahead. I'll give you one more chance. But here, you have to abide by our terms. Calling your shot means using 3 numbers: an entry point, a stop, and a target. So you are welcome to call your shot. But it needs to be numbers, not empty words. If you can do that, then hey, we welcome people calling their shot. Let's see what you're made out of, brother. Are you live Monday to Friday? Yes, I am. If it does come back down here, I'll be once again interested in a long. I could be wrong, but my forecast is Kevin will never give us an actual number trade plan. It will be constant words and then personal attacks, gaslighting, etc., etc. That is my prediction. I would love to be proven wrong, though. I would love for Kevin to be able to call his shot defined as giving us those 3 basic numbers. My Bitcoin is also going up today. Today has been nutty. Been waiting forever for Bitcoin to have another breakout. Gotcha. Well, good. I'm glad you're getting your move back on Bitcoin. He is live. I thought this was AI. I mean, I don't know. Kevin might be AI. I don't know. He's gone silent. Isn't that weird? How as soon as you define what needs to happen, like the people that just like to say stuff kind of disappear. It's crazy. Crazy. It's almost like they don't know what they're doing and they just like to say stuff. Like say words. All right, I will also look for a short up around here. And then I'll throw my stop up there. So I guess in a sense we could call this a double top if you want to kind of clump these together as one overall high. And then just thinking, will it double top? And because I have to throw the question mark there is why I got to put the stop up there. Yeah, pretty much, K-Dogger. Pretty much. But I mean, he started to talk tough, started to drop some F-bombs, which I guess that makes people think you're tough or something. Anyways, I won't go down that rabbit trail of... but hey, you know what? Maybe he is. Well, but I'm willing. Maybe we could all learn something from him. I'm open to the idea that we could learn something from him. But he has gone silent since then, which is kind of weird. All right, well, if it's going to roll over right here... Actually, is that the old range? The old range was basically right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true, because this was technically not the top. This was technically the fake breakout of the range. So here was my original range-ish when we first started talking. So we had the fake breakout of the range here, and then a fake breakdown right there. At least I took that trade. That doesn't make me feel so bad. He's asking ChatGPT what to do. Looks more like a Head and Shoulders to you. Yeah, I'm not super good with the Head and Shoulders patterns, but I think couldn't you have a Head and Shoulders pattern in a range? Or no? And again, honest question, because I've never, head and shoulders and inverse head and shoulders have never really jived with me. Like my mind, I don't know. But from like my struggling understanding of them, I think it's possible for a head and shoulders to potentially form in a sideways range. So I'll just leave this up here. Maybe see like a fake breakout again of the range. Hey, Robo. Hey, if you're enjoying in any way, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. It does help. It does make a difference. So if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you could hit the like button, like I said, it helps. The knees bees. Hi, first time watcher. Thanks for the stream. Hey, Randy. Well, great to have you. Thank you for being here, and I'm glad you're enjoying. Please, yes, thank you, Sky Mountain. Yeah, if you want to help support the stream, anybody, code Clay, all caps, with basically any prop firm out there. I recommend, I like Take Profit Trader, but yeah, code Clay will unlock whatever prop firm of your choices, whatever the deal they're running. If you want to help support the stream, save yourself some money, then yeah, code Clay, all caps. What indicators do you use? I like candlesticks, moving averages, the VWAP, and trend lines. Well, Wainwright, are you a beginner to the prop firm space? I would say no for you, because that is a bad question. Because it's quite literally impossible for any of us to answer that question for you, because we know nothing about your strategy. So it might be perfectly fine for you, but you have not specified anything about your strategy, so I have no idea. Okay, if you're a beginner to the prop firm space, take Profit Trader. Due to their very clean set of rules, no scaling, no consistency rule, no scalping rule, all that sort of stuff. So Wainwright, as somebody that is new, as somebody that is a beginner to the prop firm space, take Profit Trader. And if you want to, like I said, help support the stream and get the current discount, code Clay, all caps. I appreciate that. I am new, trying to learn. I know you like TPT. What do you... Again, they're clean set of rules. Clean set of rules. Take Profit Trader, very straightforward. Not to mention, they have higher commissions, especially on the micros. If you trade micros, then from a commission standpoint, Take Profit Trader is like a no-brainer upon no-brainers. But yeah, again, daddy day trading. Given that you are also new to prop firms, just take Profit Trader. Don't suffer from paralysis by analysis because you're trying to compare 40 different prop firms. That is a very good way to give yourself a sour taste in your mouth about the power of prop firms. Once you get more experience in the world of prop firms, and if you want to start to empire build, right? Because with Take Profit Trader, you can get up to 5 accounts to copy trade at once. But for some of you, you may have ambitions of, well, no, I want to eventually be trading or copy trading 10, 15, 20, 30 accounts. Well, at that point, you'll have your 5 Take Profit Trader. But by the time you have 5 Take Profit Trader pro accounts, you will no longer be a beginner prop firm trader. So at that point, yes, it'll make more sense to you for start to venture out to these other areas. But yes, in the spirit of simplicity, if you are a beginner, take Profit Trader. Now, even if you're experienced, I would still argue that Take Profit Trader should be part of your empire building. But if you're literally just getting started, to not leave a total sour taste in your mouth, take Profit Trader. Hey, Goo. Good morning. No. Well, let me ask you this, Christoph. Let's just look at a situation. Let's look at you. You're saying, wouldn't it be better to get your own brokerage account? Okay, well, let's compare. And I'm gonna demonstrate real quick the superpower of prop firms, their ability to reduce consequences. So, Christoph, Because you're a human being, you will have bad days. For whatever reason, you're going to go on tilt. You're just going to have a bad day. You're going to break rules. You're going to have a bad day. So let's just classify this bad day as losing $2,000, okay? So that is the hypothetical. Bad day for whatever reason, minus $2,000. So for you, if you're using your own brokerage, your own funds, well, that literally means $2,000 out of your pocket. That is your consequence. You're out $2,000. Now, if you are in Take Profit Trader, a prop firm, and you're doing the 50K account, losing $2,000 right here is a rule violation. That means you'll lose the account. They'll take it away from you. However, what did you pay for the account? Well, you paid 102 if you use code CLAY. So again, same situation. Bad trade being minus $2,000. Two different consequences. Your consequence is you're losing $2,000. This consequence in the prop firm is that person is losing 102. So when it comes to same bad trade, I'd rather have the $102 loss as a consequence as opposed to $2,000 loss as a consequence. Does that make sense, Christoph? Because that is the ultimate true power of prop firms. Sure, the copy trading is nice. Yes, the leverage is nice. A lot of great things. But my argument, because trading is a game of risk management, the ultimate superpower of a prop firm is their ability to reduce consequences. With Take Profit Trader, you can get payouts on day number 1 of your pro account, and then you can take payouts every single day thereafter, which is another one of the great things about Take Profit Trader. Day 1 payouts, and you can take payouts every day. Okay. So yes, this is definitely where the short should have been. We have returned just back to the old channel. So here is the old channel. Again, there is the fake breakout of the channel. There was when it fell back below it, and there was going back to the old channel. And then we just right here, old channel. So, okay. So in hindsight, there's the hindsight autopsy. I selected wrong in the sense of thinking that this would still be the top of the channel. I was hoping it'd come up there, and it didn't. Okay, heyo. You're about to get banned because you know better than that too. You are not nuancing the conversation out. Prop firms need to be nuanced to, well, are you a beginner to prop firms or are you not? And as a beginner, Take Profit Trader. That's it. But somebody just shows up and says, use them. That's very dangerous because they are not establishing context. If you want to have a proper prop firm conversation, step 1 is, well, tell me where you're at in your prop firm journey. Are you brand new to prop firms or do you have a lot of experience? That plays a huge role in where that conversation goes. So when anybody just shows up and says, use this prop firm, they have skipped over a massive point of information that makes a big difference. And for simplicity's sake, this is the engineer coming out in me. From efficiency's sake, I do not want, my goal here is to get people into prop firms. A very quick way for people to not get into prop firms is for a beginner to show up and then you throw like 30 prop firms at them. No, this one's better. No, this one's better. No, this one's better. There is psychology out there on people. The more choices you give them, the less likely they are to do anything because they get overwhelmed by choices. So for a beginner, you can disagree with me, but with all due respect, my live stream, if you're a beginner and the sake of keeping things efficient, Take Profit Trader. And if you're going to show up and proclaim somebody is great, well then you say, hey, if you're an experienced person, I like them. That's fine. But because at least you've provided context. So I hope that makes sense. And there's such a disservice everywhere out there of people just making universal claims. And it's like, well, that might be the case for you, but like you're just presupposing that like you know that where they're at in their journey. Boston, dude, like I said, it's apparent you are a troll. I'm done with your... The fact that you said I'm not trying to rage bait is your admission you are trying to rage bait. In fact, with that, Boston, it's fine, whatever. I don't know what to do with Boston. The guy has clearly been here before. Okay, AMS. I'm not gonna engage with that AMS because I've answered that for you, and I kid you not, like 37 times now. I'll answer that question, Boston, if you are also honest and admit that you literally lied about making $15,000 today. Actually, it doesn't matter. Some of you have warned me, Clay, stop engaging the troll. Stop. And you know what? I'm failing right now. Boston is a troll. I continue to engage with him, so he is banned. Sorry. I'm working on it. Because he has made it very apparent now. AMS, give me a 1. Because this is the last time I'm going to address this with you. Because it's truly, brother. I've told you this about 5 times now. So can you give me a 1 so I can ensure that you're going to hear what I'm about to tell you. To each their own. I think I just rather keep all profit and not pay challenge fees and whatnot. But like, again, Christoph, I understand what you're saying. You're saying, Clay, but the problem with prop firms is you don't get to keep 100% of your gains. If I use my own money, I do get to keep 100% of my gains. That's what you're saying. But what you are discounting out is that's true. If you get to keep, or in your own account, you get to keep 100% of your gains. You also get to keep 100% of something else. Do you know what that is, Christoph? That you also get to keep 100% of? I'll open that up to everybody else too. Losses, exactly. So Christoph, you are focused on the wrong thing. Anybody that is focused on making money in the markets is quite literally focused on the wrong thing. Trading has nothing to do with making money. It has everything to do with managing risk. And Christoph, you are focused on the wrong things. If you don't see the power of that example I gave you about reduced consequences, then you're not focused on the right. No, you are not aware. You're not aware. I assure you, you're not aware if you don't understand the importance of risk management. It has nothing to do with making money. Correct, yes. Blind, drunk monkeys can make money. You could randomly do the dumbest things possible in the market and actually make money. The problem is the consistency of that. And the consistency in staying alive, growing, etc. is built upon risk management. Yes, I am triggered by stupidity. Yes, I admit I am triggered right now. When people try to that's fine. Go use your own money. Go use your own money. And when you lose like $10,000 in one day, and then you run the math about how many prop accounts you could have bought with $10,000, just remember that the chat that tried to tell you. Just remember. Wait, why was he deleted? Huh? Why did he get all deleted? What in the world? I don't care, Philly. You never delete anybody. That's my job. That's my job. So I got to send you back to job training for 5 minutes for job training. Never ban anybody. That is my job to ban somebody. So I apologize, Christoph. You were not supposed to be banned. Because here's the thing, Philly. I'll just concede. He is rage baiting. But within me rebutting his rage baiting, there's actually educational lessons. There's somebody that's new thinking, oh, actually that does make sense. Yeah, I can see how risk management, I can see how a prop firm makes sense because of the reduction of consequences. Some of you failed to realize that within the trolling, if I can turn it into an educational example, that's good. Now, I understand maybe it's not an educational example to you, but remember, there's right now there's 398 people here. So I can turn rage bait, I can turn trolling into educational examples. Maybe not for you, but for others. That's why I never ban somebody because of that. Props. Again, the math is there. So when he's like, are you triggered? Yeah, I'm triggered when people don't like look at basic math and then, But like I said, I wasn't talking to him. Like I realized I'm not going to convince him of anything. But within that conversation, there is an opportunity to educate people that are willing to listen. That's the point. I think that's what some of you don't realize. Yeah. Well, you just put the wrong person in timeout. All right. We are approaching the top of this channel again. So we'll see if we can get some sort of rejection or not. I don't know. I still got my order up here, though. I don't know. I'm getting kind of stubborn towards that one. So we'll see if it can get up there. So looking to short at the red line. Stop is at the green. Looking for a short. Oh, yeah. Now the rants are for everybody. I don't know. Should I just short right here? I mean, it's 1, basically 2, 3, 4. Is fifth time a charm again? Because I'm a stubborn donkey, no. I'm gonna wait up there. I'm not gonna short this. But if you are shorting right there, I'm not gonna call you crazy. I can understand why you would short right there. Beginners can also start with micro futures. No, yeah, agreed. Micro futures in a prop firm, nothing better. We are in amazing times right now, day trading wise. The invention of micro futures was, from a day trader standpoint, game changing. Because if somebody's a beginner, I could never imagine being like, oh, you're a beginner? Go trade NQ. Huh? But now we can tell people to trade micros in a prop firm. Oh, man. We are in a very unique time that I hope sticks around. Pretty sure it's a rising wedge on ES. Rookie numbers. I know a guy that has a mentorship program that goes through all that sort of stuff. You should check it out sometimes, rookie. Yeah, I am a dented baboon. Once again, off the yellow line. Certainly had enough for a scalpy scalp. Okay, I really deserve this. My stubbornness, I deserve for the price to shoot up here, fill me, and then stop me out. At this point, I've been so stubborn that I deserve for that to happen. The stubbornness. It's a real thing, folks. Why are you trying to find shorts, gang? Look for a long setup. Why would they not try to find shorts? I'm looking for a short. Okay, George. George, you're up for a trade plan, brother. Too many words from George. We need some numbers from George. George, we need 3 numbers from you. We need an entry point, a stop, and a target. No more words, George. Just numbers. You yapping a lot, but we can't really hold you accountable. Can you give us an actual trade plan, brother? Well, Philly, did you hear my explanation about whether it was timeout or banned? Irrelevant. I never said to put him in timeout. But did you hear my explanation there, Philly? On how, even if I concede he was just rage baiting, there can still be value for other people in the rage bait. Did you hear that explanation? I just bought the... Okay, George, those are words. I just bought the falling wedge on the S&P 1 minute. That doesn't mean anything. Can you give us an entry point, a target, and a stop? If not, George, anything other than that is just words. Empty words. So I get stopped out at 71.35. All right, roger that. Thank you. We have at least one number. Entry was 7. All right, thank you, George. I just need one more good trade. Well, what is your definition of a good trade? Like $100? A couple $100? What would you say is a good trade? Oh, man. Why do I not get short right now? There's something in my loins that are telling me not to get short right now. But I don't know. I don't know if I should be listening to my loins or not. My definition is 1400. All right, Will. There we go. Okay. Come on now. Good. My loins were right. Listen to your loins when they're calling for you. Okay, here we go. We'll see if my loins are right on this, though. Looking to get short at the red line. Stop is at the green. Last time I was up here, it got rejected. Let's see if it can happen again. All right, here we go. Maybe. 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 Huh? Somehow I did not get filled there. We'll give it another try. If this thing drops all the way back down, I might lose my mind. Please don't drop back down. No, stop. Please. Stop. Go back up and at least... I think I'd rather be filled and stopped out rather than see this happen and then for it to drop all the way down. All right, I'm out. This now feels like if I get filled, it's just going to pop right up through everything now. What was that? No, okay, maybe a double top here. All right, I'm now waiting for confirmation instead of just... Hey, George. Right now, brother, I appreciate it. I know you're coming from a good spot, but right now you're suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. You are assuming that everybody trades exactly like you. Everybody sees the market exactly like you. But that's not the case, right? We all have different strategies. We all have different outlooks. We all have different personal risk tolerances. So when you're just making a universal claim for everybody to buy the breakout, I'm not saying that's not right for you and your strategy, but brother, the world does not revolve around you. So you got to call up your doctor, say, Doc, I'm suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. He's going to give you a pill. It tastes like butterscotch. You take that pill, and then the next time on the chat, you'll be like, well, for me and my strategy, I'd buy the breakout. Or for me and my strategy, I think buying the breakout looks good. Do you see the difference in the framing of that terminology? Just offering some insights. I understand that, but these insights are presupposing that we all trade exactly like you, brother. Don't worry. Get the pill. I've had it before. We've all had it before. Trump, no sticking points in Iran deal. Appreciate it, George. Butterscotch and gummies. No. If there's any gummies, you're probably in Colorado. Don't take those gummies. All right. You know what? I think I would have been just fine. Yeah, it freaked me out too much where it was just putts in right above, but I think, where's my entry? Like right here? Yeah. Doggone it. Yeah, I played it right though. I mean, you guys saw it. It came up. I don't know how it didn't fill me. Came up again, didn't fill me. And I was like, it seems like it's building. Like, dang. All right. So do I try a back test and go though? So this is the former breakout point of that channel. Are we going to see a back test and go? Maybe. I might take a swing at it long down there. Let's see. James, are you the James that got thrown in timeout yesterday? Or are you a different James? I'm sorry if you're different. But yeah, we had a James in here yesterday that kind of tarnished the name of James. Is that you? No, sir. Okay. Apologies then. Same with Mary. Like, if your name is Mary, it's going to take us a while to forget that name. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, James, for James Stephan, exactly. You kind of, your name kind of got tarnished yesterday. Well, no, your name is Reward. Like, your parents literally named you Reward 7970. Clay, I don't get why you wait so long to execute an entry. I mean, how often should I be executing an entry? Because it gives me warm and fuzzies in my loins. That's why. It makes me feel at ease. Just like the people that will hold for hours on end, to me, I don't get that. That sounds miserable. But also, hey, they probably look at me and be like, wait, did this guy just buy and sell in 7 seconds? What kind of psychopath? I get that. They think I'm crazy in that regard, just like I think they're crazy in another regard. But that's okay. They're starting to build walls at the house. Flooring is done. Walls are being built. Let's go. All right. I might try a short up here. I do want to first, yeah. Ideally, this candle here, it closes. Okay, so first off, stay below the white line, which is the high of the day. But yeah, if this candle can close like right there, next one opens here, bumps its head, then comes down. Ideally, I get short like right here. Stop is up there. Very, very small. Very small risk profile. Yet, okay, never mind. Never mind. It didn't play out. New here. What is your average contract size? GTO. First off, welcome. Nice to have you. Second, that's a day by day basis. On today, which has been very, very volatile, certainly much less. But other days that aren't as volatile, then I'll raise that up. What's your thoughts about futures brokers offering prop trading accounts What's your thoughts about futures brokers offering prop trading accounts? I don't know because I've never heard of that. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm just going to hop in longs at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is one of those days where it's just that straightforward. Well, let's take a step back. What am I even talking about? For the vast majority of the live stream since I've started, we have been here. It has not exactly been, directionally speaking, it's not been exactly obvious. Don't do it. Don't do what? Yeah, I don't know, George. Yeah, I have no idea how any of that stuff works. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, Keldog. I remember you from yesterday. You lost your mind. Let's calm down, Keldog. You trade your thing. The rest of us will trade ours. But I think, Keldog, right now, I think you need that butterscotch pill also. In case that the market is making highs, what do you anticipate will be that high? Oh, I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. But all. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where the market's going to go. Then you need to. No, I'm not the one sitting here telling nobody to do anything. I'm always like, hey, man, do what works for you. But good for you, Keldog. You're not yelling and all capsing again. Where's your crystal ball? Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking of a short up around here now, and I will. Short there. Stop up there. Buying today is free money. Dang, it's that easy today? All right, Roger, tell us where to buy next, but also give us a stop loss, brother. I want some of that free money. Roger Smith, tell us where we're supposed to buy next. Give us a price and then a stop loss, both as numbers, please, good sir. Okay, Roger. Well, give me a trade plan. How would you approach the situation, brother? Numbers, please. Entry as a number, and then also give me a stop loss as a number. How long have you been trading? A while. Definitely a while. Like years upon years. What is my thought on the... irrelevant. The problem with the pattern day trader rule has always been it revolves around stocks. And stocks are utter garbage compared to futures. The way futures move is so much better. And then you factor in the whole idea of prop firms and stocks get even less appealing. So pretty much irrelevant because stocks are just garbage whether there's a pattern day trading rule or whether there's not. Buy dips. Okay, Roger. See, that's just words. Like that doesn't mean anything. Could you tell us where you would buy the dip? So AK, give us a number and then where your stop would be. Could you do that, Roger, or no? Can you just use words? Oh, look, Roger just started his name today. And he's behaving like a lot of other people do. So it is, okay, we'll give you a chance, Roger. Let's see if you are honest. What was your previous name that was banned? Roger Smith. I know you were banned. You just created your screen name today. So who were you that got banned? Well, I was right, broadly speaking, on the short because it rolled over. But that's the problem with broad statements. I thought it would want to roll over. It did roll over. Notice, I didn't get my entry point right, though. So that is why I always ask people for numbers, because it's easy for people to just say stuff, right? I could have just said, oh, I think the price wants to roll over. Oh, look, it rolled over. Therefore, I was right. Therefore, I made money. Well, no, because what I was wrong about was the entry point. I just started my account today. Okay, Roger Smith, one final time, to be honest. One final time. What happens when you get banned? I don't know how that works. Like, can a banned person still watch? Or does it, like, block them totally from the live stream? Uh-oh, was folks on the camera messed up? I don't think so. Now you're good. Okay, thank you, Judd. When you go far away, it's blurry. Okay, noted. Appreciate it. Buy now, stop 8:59. Okay, I appreciate that, Kel Dog. That takes courage. He is long now. So somewhere right around here, his stop is 59. Nothing but respect. Even if Kel Dog gets stopped out, at least he had the courage to throw it in real time. At least Kel Dog was not like buy the dip. At least he defined where he was going to buy the dip. Wasn't Verse Ace? No, Verse Ace has been put in timeout about 3,000 times. So as of and Kel Dog said your target is 900. All right, so Kel Dog's got a ways to go before his target's hit, but as of right now, looking like a solid entry on Kel Dog. See, it's so much better that way. When we know where people got in because they called it in real time, not trust me, bro stuff. Where somebody shows up and they're like, yeah, I got long right here. Trust me, bro, I got long right there. Okay. Been trading. Actually, I got started in the markets in 2006. Now, granted, I started off as a penny stock investor. So how long have I been trading for? I don't know about that, but I got involved in the markets in 2006. I think I will still try a long here. Put my stop up there. It's been rejected here several times. So I'm going to take a swing at it just because I can have such a small risk tolerance on it, risk profile. Let's see if it wants to. Once you can get rejected back down. I already missed this short. Let's see if I can get filled on this one or not. Okay. Thank you. All right. I am now long. Let's see if it wants to reject or not. If it doesn't, then I'll be getting stopped out. Come on. I'll take the scalpy scalp there. There we go. You are short. Correct. Correct. Roger, why were you telling me be careful when I just made money, man? Some of you, I think, too many bull. I just made money, Roger. What are you talking about, dude? Did I say I was long? Okay. All right. I apologize. And I misspoke. I was short. Sorry about that. I lied. See, the problem with the Rogers of the world is like he thinks everybody trades like him. I have zero problem accepting the premise that for him, this is not a good short. No problem for him, aka his strategy. But for my strategy, it made sense. And you know what? It actually worked. I made money. But when Roger's like, man, there's too many bulls. You better be careful. Yes, for you and your strategy, Roger. That's what I mean by Roger is also suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. Think about it, Roger. Had I listened to you, look at that. I would have missed out on a green trade, brother. Savage. Telling me to be careful from making money. That's crazy. How much did you make on it, Roger? I've been buying dips since 7 a.m. Trust me, bro. Yeah. And I'm Chuck Norris's dad. Yeah, I know. I know. See, that's a powerful thing, Dr. Copper. Like, Roger Smith has already been exposed. He's so new, he doesn't realize he's already been exposed. Like, you know somebody's been exposed and you're like, okay, can you map us out a trade plan? And they think a trade plan is buy the dip. Like, it was at that moment where any experienced trader realized Roger Smith is either a troll or he's totally a newbie. It was at that moment. Okay, can you give us a trade plan with an entry point, a stop? Buy the dip is my trade plan. Oh, okay. Okay. Out more long. Wait, I thought you were looking for 900, Kel. What in the world? RV. RV. I got to. Oh, okay. Scaling out. Short 78, stop 85. All right, appreciate that. Good to. I can never say. How am I supposed to say your name? Like, what is your name? Can you give me like one of those things that tells me how to sound it out and say it? Yeah, I've seen those random hero. Those are hilarious. So oil is a little, I mean, not a little, it's interesting. On oil, we have, it's respecting that overnight low, the pink line, but we have the 50 period now just kind of, and essentially crashing down on it. So is this going to provide enough force to eventually get oil moving to the downside? Which is interesting because there does seem to be a correlation again, where if oil were to experience some downwards pressure here, will that send us up over here? That is, like I said, I do think the correlation seems to be back now, but we'll see. Hey, thank you, Paka. Thanks for feeding some hungry kids. Code Clay, feed some hungry children. I appreciate it. As a reminder, I have 6 kids, and they are hungry. So Code Clay does feed hungry children. The children are mine, but they are children, and they are hungry. So yes, technically Code Clay feeds hungry children. Is there a monthly fee with your code? No. Okay, as I always say, during the test phase, it is per month, but this is only during the test phase, which is why I say aim to pass the test within 1 month. And as long as you pass within 1 month, which is plenty of time, then no, for argument's sake, there is no monthly fee. So the per month thing is only during the test phase. After you pass, all fees go away. Okay, Roger, this will be your final warning. Who were you beforehand? If you're going to lie again and say, no, I just made this today, then you will be banned because we know you'll be back again. But final warning. If you want to be honest, then I'll save you the hassle of having to go create a whole nother screen name. I was Boston. Thank you for being honest. So, and who were you before Boston? Now let's see if you're honest. Now let's see if you're ultimately honest. If you answer this, who you were before Boston, you can stay. But don't even try to tell me that Boston was your first name. Garcia. Exactly. Just like I called. Thank you for being honest. Did I not call that? I said that he is that Garcia guy. Thank you for your honesty. You can stick around. Stop being obnoxious, please. But but also, again, you are honest, so I'm meeting my word. You get to stick around. But also, let me be very transparent. You go your regular thing of being obnoxious, you're banned again. Okay? It's that straightforward. But you were honest. I appreciate that. So that I will hold up my end of the word. But you are on as tight of a leash as it can get. Yeah, you guys saw that. I totally called it. My mind, my memory is weird like that. I love the unexpected. You know what? Bottom right-hand corner. I am here to entertain. I know. He is to give credit where credit's due. I don't know if we've ever had anybody that honest before. So I'll commend him there. Although technically he did lie already because previously he's like, I just created this name today. So technically speaking, he wasn't honest the first time I asked, but at least this time he was. I don't have the greatest memory, but like in this regard, for some reason, it's weird. Like every time I see Jimbo 25, the first thing I think about is soy. Because he is, I mean, the man swims in soy. He takes baths in soy. He is our local soy boy. There's a reason why it's Jimbo. Do you know what Bo rhymes with? Wait, does soy boy? Yeah. They rhyme. Good job, CalDog. And again, Way better with CalDog because he at least called out his entry point and stop loss in real time. Okay, maybe a long down here. What are your thoughts about SPY? Well, in what regard? Let me ask you this first off. Are you day trading SPY? Either SPY straight up or SPY options? That'll help dictate where this conversation goes. Long calls, day trading. Okay, my thought is this. Stop. What you are doing, day trading options, makes no mathematical sense. You are the epitome right now of making your life harder than it needs to be. Because you are choosing to deal with theta when you don't need to. So if you want to work efficiently as a day trader, day trade futures through a prop firm. The main reason for you as an options day trader is because futures, while they are contracts, they don't have any theta. So that is my thought. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Stop making your life harder than it needs to be. What about indices and Forex as a student? Again, if you want to get into day trading, day trade futures through a prop firm. That is mathematically provable, the most efficient way to go about it. Oh, thank you. Okay, who said that? Thank you, Swedish guy. Okay, at 1 o'clock, we have the rig count. Now, vast majority of time, I would not care about the rig count. But because oil has kind of been in the news lately, the rig count the market might care about it. I don't know if it will, but I'm not willing to be in a trade at 1 o'clock just in case the market all of a sudden. In fact, it almost looks like oil was waiting for that. Now, this might be kind of like a confirmation bias where I'm just, but it almost seems like right now it's just, okay, let's see the oil rig. Let's see the oil rig count. In fact, let's watch oil at 1 o'clock instead. And yeah, let's watch it on the 1 minute. Okay. So 1 o'clock, I'm very curious. Once again, in normal economic times, not a whole lot of people care about the oil rig count. But because we're in a unique economic time, I can see people caring about the rig count because that could affect oil, and then oil has been affecting the markets recently. Again, Herman, stop day trading SPY. My claim, you telling me how much you're up has nothing to do with my claim. My claim is not that you can't make money day trading options. That's not the claim. The claim is you're making your life harder than it needs to be when you're day trading options because of theta. $12.50. Yeah, like I said, that's nothing. You made 12 bucks. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. But again, Herman, that is my thought. You asked, I gave it to me. You were making your life harder than it needs to be. All right, we have 2 minutes before the oil rig count. And then let's see how the market wants to react. Yeah, Jim did. Jim and Bob. Yeah, I agree with your thoughts, but right now, have no option. Why not? What country are you in? What country are you in? And why do you say you have no option? Do you think you don't have enough money? Who is counting the rigs? Don't know, don't care. I just care about that there's going to be a rig count and that the market could care about it. Don't care about who's counting them, though. All right, T-minus 1 minute. Watch this thing barely. Like I said, I'm just speculating, but it's enough for me to care. And to not be in a trade right now. All right, here we go. I would assume oil cares about the rig count, but we'll see. Is it 1 o'clock? Okay. Any moment now, right? Hello? 1 o'clock? Hello? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why do I feel like my platform is frozen up and we're about to just see a massive explosion? Hello? Is this thing on? Hey! Whoa! Somebody stop me. I need this. I need a little bit of this. Just 2 squares. Only 2. Only 2 squares. There we go. Something like... Okay, did the market react at all with it or no? Let's see the market. No. Okay, I guess the market still pretty much does not care about the rig counts. Well, that was quite anticlimactic. No, but somebody, how does that not move the markets? When I say the market, I'm talking about the oil market. How did we not get more of a reaction from that? Okay, again, He-Man, I'm sorry to hear all that. I'm just saying that all that is because you are still trading. So if anything, you seem to be making more of an argument of why it's that much more important to be trading or day trade futures through a prop firm, because it sounds like you don't. It sounds like you should be doing and managing risk as best as possible. Delay maybe? I mean, I guess it's come to life a little bit more. Yeah, to be fair, maybe it's not instant. Maybe that was my wrong. Okay, oil coming a little bit more to life. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know. I cannot say I've ever watched an oil rig count. If I did, it was like back in 2008 or 10, whenever oil went up over, like skyrocketed back then. But I do not remember anything about if the market cared about oil rig counts at that point or not. We would need to see 50 to 100 increase to move the market. Okay. I see. That makes sense. If I had a nickel for every time Clay argued with... See, why do you have to use the word argue? Why can't it just be conversed? Why can't it just be educated? Why do people always have to... See, that's what's the problem with the society. Everybody has always got to use words that have a negative connotation. Good grief. Like there is no middle ground anymore. You can never converse. And it's because in his eyes, oh, look at this argument. How come society, we can't give each other the benefit of the doubt a little bit more? Be a little bit more charitable. Instead of automatically jumping to arguing, why can't you just say conversing? I swear, society is so soft these days. But to answer your question, because that is the point of the live stream, as I've said many times, I'm not here to prove anything to anybody as a trader. I'm old and cranky. I don't care what you think about me as a trader. But what I do care about is I think, because it's a good idea, and I can back up the good idea with math, but I do think it's a good idea that in the world of day trading in this day and age, to day trade futures through a prop firm. So that is why I'm conversing with these people, because that's actually the point of this live stream, is to make people aware of the best way to day trade, and that would be to day trade futures through a prop firm. Hey, Clay, I'm totally new here. Just a question. Do you have any video on something explaining prop firms? I really... Ryder Rick, if you just check out the link up above, that'll explain. But pretty much a prop firm is... So here's how I view prop firms. Prop firms, each account itself is a trade. And if you think about trading responsibly, a trade is always going to have a stop loss. And that stop loss is going to have a cost associated with it, right? So if you have 100 shares of something and your stop loss is $2, if you're stopped out, that trade is going to cost you $200. So the way I view prop firms is each account itself is a trade. So if I look right here at, let's just say, the 50K trade. So if I take a 50K trade, aka buy a 50K account, that's going to cost me 102 to buy that trade. But that's also the amount that's at risk, aka that's my stop loss. The worst that can happen with this 50K trade is that I'll lose 102. Now, what if I were to lose 102? That means within the account itself, I'd have to lose $2,000 because that's the drawdown. You can't lose more than $2,000. But does that mean I actually lost $2,000? No. The person using their own funds, yeah, they would have lost $2,000 out of their pocket. I don't lose $2,000 out of my pocket. I lose the account, but since I only paid 102 for the account, that's how much I actually lose. So, like I said, that's how I envision all this. Each account is actually a trade itself. The stop loss associated with that trade is whatever the cost was. So again, the 150K trade has a stop loss of 216. Well, why would you take on a higher stop loss? What are you getting in order to take on a higher stop loss? Well, you're getting more purchasing power, which means you can get more size. You can get more size, and you're also getting more wiggle room to the downside. Because remember, on the 50K trade, only allowed to lose 2,000. On the 150K trade, you're actually allowed to lose up to 4,500 before they would take the account away from you. I mean, good to see you, by the way, Loyal Wiz. But yeah, I mean, pretty much all. Why? What one are you thinking about, Loyal Wiz? And I'll tell you if I have a code or not. Do you think this is the move based on fundamental improvement? More of speculation created by big players who are exiting on top? Oh, I don't know. I don't think about that sort of stuff. I'm just looking at the chart. Yeah, I have a code with them. Code Clay. All caps. I don't know. That depends on how you define scalping. Yeah, some people would call me a scalper. Others might call me something. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, I would consider myself a scalper. If it does pull back here to the yellow line, I will be interested in a long down here. Quick trades, but that's the point. Quick is even relative. How do you define quick? For me, holding on for something for 5 minutes is not quick. But for the person that has no problem holding on to a position for hours on end, they would look at 5 minutes and be like, man, that was a quick trade. Where for me, I'm like, what are you talking about? I had to hold that thing for 5 minutes. So even that, it's like, I don't know how you define quick. Okay, here we go. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Gonna try a long at the green line. Basically like a little bit of a double bottom. We also have the 50 period right there. Cool, Ryder Rick. Welcome to the stream. Okay, trying to get long there. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. Actually, I'm going to come down some more just because going to try to play the 5 minute 21 EMA, which is at 47. So, all right, perfect. So, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. All right, I got to get out. Well, yeah, that was not fun. Now, that looks like a news candle to me. That looks like if there's no news on Twitter yet, within the next few minutes, some news will start to pop out. So I'm guessing, yeah, that's a toilet paper trade there. Again, the ultimate news source is the chart. So I bet there's no news out there right this. Well, it could be now, but I'm guessing we'll be seeing some things pop up out on Twitter here in the next couple minutes. And oil did jump too. Yeah, this looks definitely like a news candle. So let me know, out of curiosity's sake, when you find out what the news actually was. Wiped your daily gains out. Bummer. Sorry to hit. That was rough. Yep. Yeah, that is kind of crazy, though. Look right where it bounced off of. Freaking overnight high. Nutso. Iran threatens close. I don't know. Haven't they already been talking tough? I guess it would depend. Like there should be a tweet out there that was just tweeted sometime after 1:08 p.m. Eastern. Breaking. Trump says Iran has agreed to suspend its nuclear program indefinitely. And that just came out? If the U.S. blockade, well, that's all. Yeah. We need something that like literally just, it might not be out yet. That's how good the chart is. Fox News, Iran never too close straight. No, that doesn't make any sense. Rig count was -2. Okay, so per your point, Spider Trader, basically nothing. Oh, Iran will not let ships pass. Okay, that one makes sense for that. No, that doesn't make sense. It's theta. Simon, don't do options and you don't have to worry about it. No need to overcomplicate your brain with stuff that is irrelevant to you. Dang. Oh, by the way, I laugh not because I don't take it seriously, but as I've explained before, for me, laughing I've discovered is like a coping mechanism to ideally stem myself from going on tilt. Because that was actually very annoying when you buy and then you get. So again, I don't laugh out of just mockery in the sense of I'm not, but just it is a 100% coping mechanism that I've discovered helps me. I don't know if it'll help you, but it might be worth a try to prevent yourself from just losing your mind and going on tilt. Laughter, in a way, is a good medicine. Okay, what are they reciprocating? Like, isn't this like a double, like, negative? Like, if the blockade of the strait continues, Iran is also going to blockade the strait? Like, what are we talking about? So they're going to blockade a blockade? Yeah, that's true, Uncle. Good point. That is also why I'm very glad I did a position size that I was doing because, yeah, the blockade. Yeah, none of this makes sense. If the blockade continues, Iran is also going to now blockade. Yeah, they will blockade the blockade. That's block. Yeah, okay. But I don't understand. Like, let's just assume, Matt, that they're not all hot air. Let's just assume that Iran is serious. Okay. But like, if it really is what we're saying is they're serious about blockading the blockade, what does that mean? Have you ever had a stop blown by without it? Yeah. Just because you have just because you have a stop at a certain level does not mean you get out at that level. Again, supply and demand. That's what slippage is. And yes, you can have very big slippage in futures, on especially those sorts of candles. Oh, okay, that's how you meant hot air. Not hot air in the sense of like they don't mean what they're saying. I gotcha. Maybe what they're saying and they mean is that I guess some ships are getting through. So they're saying, no, we're going to put a total blockade on where no ships get through. Okay, perhaps that's what they're saying. Oil coming back down a bit, yeah. Well, that was certainly not a fun trade. Hey, oh, I just know we're not even at 200 likes yet. This is pretty rough. We should definitely be well beyond 200 likes by now. So, in fact, we should be so, like, at this point, please hit the like button. Like, if we can't get up to 200 likes in the next, I don't know, 3 minutes, I'll just assume that today I've not brought my A game. Nobody is finding any entertainment or value, and I'll wave the white flag. I'll call it an early Friday live stream. So if there's ever a time to hit the like button, now would be it, because just seeing those numbers, it's like, ooh, maybe I've not brought my A game and people are not finding much value. Hey, there we go. All right, I guess I just needed to ask. Perfect. Oh, what to do, what to do, what to do. This kind of looks like got me in a shorting mood, but and I'm going to short right there. Come up a little bit more. There we go. Looking for a short at the red line. We have like a form of a bear pennant here, so where do I try to? Oh, I better not. Whenever I do this, I know. I know what I'm gonna do to myself. Is that like a short right there, around there, like the breakdown of the bear pennant? Oh boy. Watch it spike to highs today. I know. Well. You can look in a short at the red line. Trying to play the bear pennant, but more so play the top of the bear pennant, assuming it's a bear pennant. Well, it remains a bear pennant. I would say it is already a bear pennant. But if it comes up here and just blasts up through, well, then obviously that was the sun, whatever you want to call it, a fake bear pennant, a failure of a bear pennant. Oh boy, or do I try to short the trend line here? Oh boy. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm sticking with my plan. I wanted to play the top. Well, for any of you that are like Clay, I see this is the power of independent thinking. This is why I want you all to be independent thinkers. Because an independent thinker might be like, Clay, I agree with you, brother. There's a bear pennant. But Clay, I disagree. I'm gonna short the breakdown. Because if you did, at least if you're a scalpy scalper, you had room. I am converted. I see the light. I used to be stocks only, then tried options. It's very hard and likelihood I will lose one because of theta. Hey, M109 Rider. Thank you for that, sir. Well, again, the power of independent thinking. In fact, give me a 2. If you're an independent thinker and you're like, Clay, I'm going to short that breakdown. Give me a 2. Who's short? But seriously, M109 Rider, that's awesome. That is the whole point of the live stream right in there. M109 Rider was humble enough to open up and to think, okay, maybe I'm not doing this as best as I could. So that's great, man. I appreciate that. And I'm welcome to the world of futures in a prop firm. Short for sure after a little pop. Just took a scalp though. Gotcha. Well, congrats to all of you independent thinkers out there. Because if you were a lazy thinker and you're just doing literally whatever I'm doing, well then yeah, you missed out on what would have been a beautiful, beautiful trade. 5-minute chart shows a clear short. Okay, well, go ahead and let us know what that looks like with numbers. So if you could give us an entry point and a stop loss, at least those 2 numbers, that would be very helpful. Then we can see exactly what you mean and how you define a clear short. Out of my short, have a nice weekend. All right, same to you. Long 816. Ooh, all right. All right, Johnny, 816. All right, he's in. Stop is 810. Uh-oh, Johnny. Be disciplined, brother. It was top. Wait, did that just knock you out? I can't tell if that would have knocked you out or not. All right. Good try, Johnny. Good try. Nothing but respect. I appreciate the fact you had enough courage to give us some numbers. Doggone it. What an idiot. Doesn't it seem so obvious right now? Like, why? Why did I say, no, I want the top of the bear pennant? We have officially entered into a bumpy phase of the stream. If you were not here, I went long somewhere right around here, right before it just dumped on me and wiped away green. Then I had a bear pennant drawn. I was like, you know, I want to try the short up here for the bear pennant. But no, that was also wrong because the actual plan of the bear pennant was to just short the breakdown. So yeah, I'm starting to lose it. I might need to. Saudi Arabia warns Hormuz shipments will not normalize for a long time. Insurance is a major hurdle. Okay, I am interested in a long down here, which does seem far away, but as of now, I mean, we're getting spicy, so maybe down here is not as far away as what it seems. Double A, flagged out. Yeah. Well, flag, pennant, whatever you want to call it. 770 is your 100-point mark. All right, Brian. I am going to try a short here on a back test. What is this yellow line from? I don't remember. Oh, that was like your old channel from back in the day. I don't know if that's real. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to try to play a back test and go. So I'm going to look to get short. There. I can put my stop right up there. So trying to play the trend and just... So, boop, boop. That's what I'm hoping for. If it does not do that, well then, that's what the stop is up there for. So I'm trying to go with the trend, but I don't want to chase it, right? I don't want to chase it down here. But if this is, if it's no longer a downtrend and this thing's reversing, well, I'm about to have a losing trade. Who knows? With my track record as of late, maybe this thing's about to V-shape. This will be my first target. I'm trying to go for about a 1-to-1 on my first target. But got to first get filled. So if that red line turns blue, I will be in short. Come on, a little bit more. In. Okay, now come down. Uh-oh. Is it really going to just wipe away all that? If so, I'm about to be stopped out, and I'm stopped out. All right. All right, well, it is what it is. It's Friday, Clay. It's Friday. Do you really want to ruin your weekend? You're green. You're still nicely green. Do you really want to ruin your weekend, dude? What was that? You got it. Okay. Okay, Clay, it's Friday. Do you really want to ruin your weekend? It's supposed to be nice weather. Probably should play this. Tilt mode? No, this is just me avoiding tilt mode. Well, yeah. I don't know if I'm more frustrated, more angry, more embarrassed, more sad. I don't know what I am right now. I'm something. I don't know what I am, but I'm something right now. Is this a live gambling session? Are you a moron or no? Like, in my defense, I almost nailed that. Also, to keep it real, unfortunately in trading, almost is not good enough. But to act like that, like, how can you call that a gamble? In fact, but who is this guy? He gone. He gone. Exactly, stop loss. Well, I'm not going to say this for sure, but that's got to be top 3. So I've been live streaming now about, what, 14 months, 15 months? That's got to be top 3. Like, I don't know what word you want to say. Most embarrassing, most frustrating, most, I don't know. But that is just, like, that. Those are the trades that we dream of. We're instantly, boom, it's in your favor by like 60 points. But yet, it decided to stop me out very quickly before doing that. Man. Yeah, buddy. Yeah? Yeah, Jet? Yeah, you want to come up here real quick? Okay, I need a hug or something. That's the medicine right there. Need a little Jet medicine. I need to regain perspective because right now I feel like, in fact, just give me a second. That's good perspective builder. Hey, buddy. No, you better stay down there. No, just I said I need to step away for a second. See you later, buddy. It's just trading. That's all right. I'll be all right. There's bigger things to life than what's going on in this little windowless office. All right, here we go. All right. I don't know about you, but sometimes I just need a reminder that, like, there is like a world outside of this like little black screen that I'm looking at. So there we go. All right. Done for the day. Made 3,000. Don't want to give it back. Well, I mean, Joey, that's a massive. You have massive problems in your trade. So let me ask you this, Joey. We'll do some education. What amount could you look at and say, okay, I'm looking at that amount and I'm still happy? Is that $2,000? Is it $2,500? Is it $1,500? What is that number, Joey? Weatherby. That's right. Oh, wait, I know who you are. Pat, knock it off. Did you see that trade, though, Pat? Did you see that? That was wild. Did you? Was that not crazy? You looked defeated. I was in emotionally. See, Pat, that's what we all dream of, though. Like, to get filled and then to be like 60 points up instantly. But instead, I got kicked out of the trade, and then it did it. Never ending. I end up blowing accounts. Okay, Joey, I'm trying to help you. You're up 3,000. Cool. what would be a number that you could look at and say, hey, I'm still happy? Like, for example, if you looked and we're up 2,000, would you be like, hey, man, 2,000 is still really good? Or no? Does it have to be 3,000 or nothing? And by the way, I'm speaking to everybody right now because this is how you do macro risk management. And macro risk management will bleed down into micro risk management. I had the same trade set up as you, Clay. Did you get knocked out too, Sneaky? Sure did. I don't know. In some ways, that makes me feel better. Misery loves company, but at the same time, I know what you feel like. I got into the markets in 2006. Where did Joey go? I'm trying to help the brother out. Trying to teach some people some things. Okay. So you would be happy with 2,000. Okay. So here we go. Here's macro risk management. You are up 3K. You now know you'd still be happy with 2,000. In other words, if you were up 2,000 still, it's not like you'd be upset and go on tilt because, hey, like you just said, 2,000 is still very good. So my question to you, you'd be happy with 1K? Okay. So this is now one. Okay. You're up 3K. You just said you'd be happy with 1K. Okay. So to Joey and everybody else, we now have a very key number. How much risk can he take moving forward? From a macro standpoint, he's up 3,000. He just told us, but I'd still be perfectly happy if I headed into the weekend up 1,000. How much risk does Joey have to work with now moving forward? Very good. Joey, do you see how much Joey, I'm mainly talking to you. How much risk can you now take moving forward? Okay, Joy, you've given me key numbers. And I never want to be discouraging to people, but like, my friend, if you cannot connect the dots on these numbers, you are up $3,000 right now. You told me you would still be happy if you were up $1,000 to end the day. So under this premise, how much risk do you have moving forward the rest of the day? Oh my goodness. I don't think people, yeah. Okay. What I was going to say is Joey should now know that he has $2,000 risk the rest of the day. Because even if he were to lose $2,000, he would still be up $1,000, which he just told us he'd still be happy about. So now that's our macro risk management. Now let's ask this. Joey's about to take a trade. And let's just say within that trade, he sees that if he's wrong, his risk is $2,100. Should Joey take that trade? Oh my. Okay, never mind. Yes, Joey, you should take the trade. If you know that overall you have $2,000 left of risk, and then you put together a trade plan, and then you see on that trade plan, if you're wrong, it's going to cost you $2,100. You should take that trade, Joey? Why, Raspberry? 100% disagree. Sounds like to me Joey might be in the groove. Sounds like he might be on a bit of a hot streak. So why stop at 3,000? Okay. See, there's a reason why I asked him, what level would you still be happy with? Because what you guys are saying is, but I can play the reverse game. Well, what happens if he loses the 2,000 and closes at 1? Well, I can say, yeah, but what happens if by him stopping, he could have made another 5 because he's in the groove. He's doing very well. Yes, because I'm okay, Joey, never mind. The answer to that question was no, you should not take it. Because as we discussed, you only have $2,000 left. And you told me that if you were to drop below 1K, that would be bad. And I just told you, well, the next trade you do would cost you 2,100, which would actually put you below that number, which would then make you upset. So the proper answer to that test question was no. If I have $2,000 left of risk for the day, I should not take a trade that could potentially lose me $2,100. But yeah, like I said, and then he laughs about it. Can you see why Joey, all I'll say, brother, is code Clay. Please consider using code Clay, all caps. Now, for everybody else that is following, as I'm trying to teach how macro risk management leads to micro risk management, you would see, okay, wait a second. I can't take the trade because if I take the trade as is, I'm going to lose 2,100. So maybe a solution you could do is, well, what happens if I switch from NQs to MNQ? Now what would my loss be? And let's say that change, now you're risking $1,200 instead. Well, now all of a sudden you can take the same setup, but because you know that, same setup, but you had to change position size because you had those numbers. Do you see how if you work at the end and then work forward, like things self-correct? There's really not, Raspberry. I've boiled it down to math, which is just logic, and a little bit of psychology. There is a reason why I asked him, what number would have you feeling still fine? And then from that, we can go. Yeah. If his normal day is 200 and he's up 3,000, that would lead me to believe, man, the market is very clearly jiving with his strategy. Like, if you've traded long enough, you know that some days it feels like you can do no wrong. It feels like anything you do, you just make money. Yeah, some days the market really, really jives with your strategy. So my point is, why would you not want to continue to trade in that environment? All right, maybe, kind of, sort of. Oh boy, am I really going to, boy. Am I really going to try to that short again? That just banked me. Can you tell us about, well, I don't know, what about it? That's true, Spider. That's why the whole sequence starts off with, what number would you still be happy with? And he said 1,000. Okay, so I'll just concede. Yeah, maybe he got up to 3,000 by pure luck and gambling. Well, okay, fine. Well, if that means he goes on a cold streak, that his cold streak will cost him 2,000. He'll still be at 1,000, and he will still be happy. this area down here. A couple different potential longs, but I'm still a little shell shocked a little bit. Ugh. Like I said, that could have been like the worst trade I've had. In the sense of just the mental torture of it all. Again, Joy, the fact that you, like I'm not trying to be a jerk, but you kind of failed that quiz miserably. Like those were very basic numbers. That was some basic subtraction, and like the fact that you cannot connect those dots, I would say the best for you is to just stop trading for now. You got way more to learn, brother. Why? Why would that news influence your trades? Trade the chart, rookie. Exactly, Keldog. I'm telling you right now, rookie, you're setting yourself up to get destroyed. How so? Well, let's just say you know what the news is, and you all are like, okay, well, that's bullish news. Let's just say that's bullish news. And then you get into a trade from a bullish standpoint, and it goes against you. Like, well, this news is bullish, so let me move my stop down a little bit more. And then it goes some more down. Well, I don't know, that news is bullish. All right, let me move down my stop some more. And then it goes down some more. Dude, that news is bullish. Move down some stop some more. And then you get wrecked. Just trade the freaking chart. I've been there. How many people have been there before? You let some sort of bias about a news thing cause you to start breaking all sorts of rules within your trade plan. Surely I can't be the only one that's done that over my career at some point. There you go, rookie. Charge shrink freeze. No, it's all even because sometimes sometimes I use you guys as my shrink, so it all works itself out. Almost every account I've blown has been due to holding some bias. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, rookie. Look at all the names. They're like, yeah, I've been there. That's what you're setting yourself up for. Well, good job, Charles. At least you had enough discipline to lock the account. So you controlled tilt enough to not allow you to be like, nope, screw it, I'm not going to lock the account. You got any more of those prop accounts? I might try a short here. Yeah, we have a bull, like little miniature bull pennant, but it is occurring in this downtrend, so I'm not sure I have confidence in it. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, James. Again, Joey, your problems are beyond like what you even realize right now. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I don't know how else to tell you, but like that was supposed to be very easy math. That was supposed to be a very easy thought experiment, and you got like every question wrong. Now, what you've identified, those are problems, yes. But what I'm saying is you have even bigger problems than those. Okay, maybe a short here. If it wants to come back down. Okay, looking for a short at the red line. Last time I got up here, and now I got a terrible fill. Dude, I was doing so well in the day. It is amazing how all of a sudden it has shifted into like a clay fade day. Okay, added. Oh, wow, and it already technically went above my line. Okay. All right, that might be good. I might be done for the day. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I probably should. I don't know. I don't know. I have clearly lost it. However you want to define it, it is now gone. And the proof is in the pudding. From looking back here, if you remember, one of these I wanted short, and like I picked wrong and it rolled over. And then we remember that I got long, and then it just dumped on me and kicked me in the face. And then yeah, who can forget that one where I got short? That stopped me out before the instant plunge, and then that one right there. So yeah, I think it is gone. The only thing that I still am grasping onto is I'm still green headed into a Friday. Not by much or nearly where I was at. But goodness. It happens though. It happens. Yep, oil is coming down. Okay, Versace is officially banned. Oil is coming down. Yeah, I got smacked there. Green on the day, but I sure got... Yeah, and I added two, and I was just like, okay, let me just add real quick and see. And even after I added, like it went beyond my stop loss of where I wanted to put it on the ad. So like as fast as I could get into ad, it technically already stopped me out. So by the time, I mean, so I even took a little bit of a bigger loss than what I wanted, but it was just not, yeah. How to know that we are doing overtrading? Well, I just went through a math experiment with Joey earlier, son. So if you want to go back and watch that, that is a good hard line in the sand where you can be like, if you hit that number, yeah, you've probably lost it on the day. And part of now that doesn't necessarily mean that it was because of overtrading, but it could be. But at least you know. And the only reason why you know is because you've identified the numbers that I talked about earlier. Why trade the MNQ versus the NQ? I trade both. This is the same account. This is the same account. These are NQ trades that I've taken. These are MNQ trades that I've taken. And then what was that? That was an MCL. So I did take one oil trade earlier. So like I said, I'm still green. I'm definitely red now on my MNQ trading, but NQ and MCL has me green. I overtraded Asia. I did not look at the Asia session at all. Yes, I make watches, I give alerts, all that sort of stuff. I do nice pictures with like some annotations on them for the private group, correct. Beginner here, quick advice. Advice about what? Ooh, Nick, that's, yeah. Dang. See, Nick is actually, I appreciate Nick. Nick is actually being a good friend, a good accountability partner. Hey, man, it's okay, man. Call it quits. You're good. You're green. You're good. You're good. Like, that's actually a good friend. That is why Verse Ace was banned. Because I'm convinced now they are a troll. They have been here since almost the beginning and constantly doing stuff like that. Keep going. One more short. No, that's actually a bad friend. That's a terrible friend. Nick, though, is a good friend. He's telling me to quit, which I appreciate. Because he realizes, hey, man, you've clearly lost it. And then it's okay, brother. It happens to everybody. Quick, why? But the people that are like, keep going. Yeah, you are a terrible friend. You're not a good accountability partner. And I'm in the type of mood right now where I may not even throw you in the timeout. I might just ban you. Because I'm in a grumpy mood now. I am grumpy. And if you were here over the past, I don't know what, 30 minutes, you'd understand. See, JP is a good friend. Skeletor is a good friend. No, I have not blown any accounts. I'm on a 2-week streak, 0 losing trades. Remember, my definition of a losing trade is a blown account. So I have not lost any trades for the past 2 weeks, which I'm very proud about. Because, yeah, if you're there, I guess now would be, what, 3 weeks ago? There were some losing trades. I think there was like, I can't remember. Or was that I can't remember. I do know my record right now is 4 losing trades in a morning. AKA I've blown 4 accounts. But no, I am actually newbie. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way. You are a good friend. But yeah, no, I've been very happy with my risk management. No losing trades the past couple of weeks. Again, per the definition of how I look at the whole prop firm space. Because yes, I've had losing trades today, but I don't. The way my mind works and how I envision and run all the numbers on this prop firm stuff, that's not the type of losing trade I'm talking about. It depends, JJ. 50Ks, I mean, you can get through those pretty quick. The 150Ks, though, usually take a little bit longer. I was able to pass my eval, and I will be getting my first... Spartacus, let's go. That's... Now, that's not the only reason. That would make me a liar. But Spartacus's message right there, that is a huge reason of why I do the live stream. Spartacus, as far as I'm aware, was not even aware of futures day trading and prop firms. But he stumbled on the live stream. I made him aware of that. He went and kicked to the curb whatever he was doing, which was just not as efficient. And he's now here passing a test and getting a payout. And he's thanking me. That's awesome. Now, I'm not saying he did the hard work. But to me, there is a good, satisfying feeling to know that I truly actually helped him out. Again, I'm being very clear. Is that the only reason why I do this? Out of the goodness of my heart? No. Please use code CLAY. I do get a piece of the pie. I am doing this to make money also. It is fun, and it is cool to hear thank yous. But I'd be a liar if I said, and those are the only two reasons why I do it. No, I'm here to make money too. I'm running a business. I have 6 kids I have to feed. But that's awesome. That makes it well worth it. Some people are so bitter. I don't think they've ever helped anybody in their life. And they owe it. I mean, it's projection, right? They are accusing me of what they actually go through life. Oh, you're blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, no, just because so. Any recommendation indicators on? Listen, stop loss bandit. The best indicators are the ones you're going to have to develop between your 2 ears. If trading were only as easy as buying and combining indicators, there would be a lot more successful people. The indicators between these 2 things, that's what matters most. But you got to figure that out, what works best for you. But Clay, that seems kind of hard and would take a lot of work. Yeah, that's why trading's hard. Exactly. Yeah, it's free. Code CLAY with Take Profit Trader gives you 40% off and then no activation fee. That is it for any prop firms. Whatever the current deal is, Code CLAY gives it for you. Yeah, it has kind of just stopped moving all of a sudden. Tight little range here. Yeah, Bright. Touts end of war each time. Yeah. There are certain patterns that have. Oh, I didn't see that. B rad vibes. I passed my eval. Hey, congrats. Okay, so on Monday, when you go through the checkout process to activate it, there should be a credit. There should be a credit for the activation fee. You'll click on that, and that'll make it free. If for some reason there's no credit, just reach out to customer service. Say, hey, I use code CLAY, and I noticed that there's no credit for my free activation, and they'll help you out. Yeah, on Take Profit Trader, you can get payouts on the first day of Pro. Now, the test phase is the minimum of 5 days. But because you can get payout on day 1 of your Pro account, technically you are eligible for a payout within 6 days. So that's something where, and I'm not talking to you here, Joey, but just people in general, that's one of the questions I see. They ask the wrong question. People ask, well, how long is the test phase? Oh, wow, I can pass within 1 day? Well, they're better. Well, it's like, wait a second, wrong question. Ask, how many days is it until I'm eligible for a payout? So for some of the prop firms, if they offer a 1 day pass, that's fine, but you're still not eligible for a payout until like day 8 or 9. But with Take Profit Trader, you are eligible for a payout on day number 6. Well, yeah, Joey, what fantasy world are you living in where you think you get to skip over a test phase? Come on, brother. Take Profit is awesome. Agreed. They will take 20%, but that's irrelevant. Well, no, I take that back. It is relevant. Like if they were taking 80%, it's like, okay, that doesn't make much sense. But they take 20. So basically, well worth the trade-off. All right, JP. Okay, Roger, we try to give you a chance. I told you were on a tight leash, and you just did what you know you're not supposed to do. You full well know to not just say buy now. You full well know that around here it is to give a trade, to give an entry and a stop as numbers. And you did not do that. So next time okay, 800, where's the stop? That's one number. Oh, thank you. 100-point stop. Okay. So you're risking 100 points to make, 70 points? Only one micro. Okay. Well, we probably won't get to see how your trade plan works out. Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, you have what? You have 3 hours to figure out. And it's very realistic. It could just fluctuate between, okay. Willing to scale in on dips. Okay, so now you're just going to average down. Okay, gotcha. JP, what? You running like a 500-point stop? My stop loss is negative 32. So here, I'm going to do this just to test, see if I have completely lost it or not. But I'm going to just hypothetically paper trade this one. So there's my entry. And there's my stop. Let's change this to white. Represent, kind of like waving the white flag. And I'm only doing this because right now my confidence is shot. I don't think I know what I'm doing anymore. So, but we'll see. If this trade plan actually works out, then that's good for my confidence. But right now, I'm definitely not qualified to be putting on any actual trades. If you've been here for over the past 45 minutes, you have seen a man go from, I don't want to say it was a perfect live stream, but I was in a pretty good groove. I was doing great trading, and then just like that, the wheels fell off the bus. I have. Yes, once. That's one with what, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. Glad I feel you, bro. I go on. Yeah. Like I said, this is more of an experimental thing. Because right now, I don't think I know what I'm looking at anymore. But let's put that to the test. Let's see how this one would have worked out. So as of now, I clearly would not have been filled. Nice job, Brian. So right there, now think about it. I could have deceived myself. How so? This is actually very good learning. Had I just used general words, broad statements, okay, I think it's going to drop. Dude, I was right. Wow, I'm back in the groove. I was right, it dropped. It's like, well, wait a second. No, I would have never been filled because before I knew what happened, I said my entry point was right there. So sure, my broad idea was right, but I'm still not seeing things clear enough where I would have gotten an entry point. Now, had I mapped out ahead of time, okay, I want my entry point here, well, then now I could be sitting here feeling, maybe building up some more confidence. Like, okay, yeah, I did read that right. But nope, did not read that one right because my entry point was up here. There's no point to lie to yourself, all right? If you're trying to figure out, should you still keep trading, don't lie to yourself. And right now, it's clearly, my vision has gone down the toilet. Does it look that bad, newbie, or are you just being a total dent? Does it seriously look that bad? You're right, it is AI, but I don't feel like doing a photo shoot. All right, Joey, I'll keep an eye out for you next Monday. I'll be here at 11 a.m. Eastern. Take care. Yeah, just trade the trend. Well, what is the trend, by the way? What do you guys call this trend right now? Where are we at? Is this an up or down trend? Yeah. Hey, buddy. You got your bow and arrow? Oh, yeah? Oh, you're shooting the deer? Yeah. Oh, you heard the choo-choo? Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear it. Okay, see you later. Roger is getting roasted right now. Well, not really. Your stop loss is still like 80 points away. Clay, I'm officially in payout territory again. Stop. Wait. So are you telling me you're going to build buffer again? Oh, you added. Okay. So do you move your stop loss after you add, or is your stop loss still going to be 100 points, even though you're adding? Nice job, Nathan. Man, you're on a streak with that. I move stop up. All right, so where's your stop at now? I do not hear any. Wait. I heard it. I hear the choo-choo. Okay. Okay, see you later. Next week, may I get your help? The future trading I get. Just don't know how to make the prop firm thing happen. Yeah, we could probably explore. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, but yeah, if you're around next week, you can probably go a little bit more detailed. Hey, if you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be great. We're going for 300, but I have failed miserably to remind people. So I don't even know if we can get up to 300, but maybe. But yeah, if you're here and if you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hitting that like button does help. Yeah, Johnny, I've heard that from several people, that it goes fast, so embrace it. Oh yeah, I hear the choo-choo now big time. All right, let's move. All right, should be okay now, Judd. I think. Oh, I don't know. Am I? Good now. Okay. Again, hey rookie, where did you go? I'm worried for you, rookie. But I want to make sure that I'm understanding what you're proposing. Yeah, sorry about beer goggles mode. All right. I'm thinking of a long right here. Again, I'm trying to build confidence, see if I still got anything left. Stop right there. See if we can get a bounce here off of, we have these supports right here. We have the pink line, the 200 period set moving average right there. So let's see if this is would make any sense. I hear you, but my payout is not big enough for me. Well, how big is your payout right now? Okay, well, all I will say is this. This same lot, and I don't mean like, Okay. Well, if you give up all your buffer again, like last time, you will regret it, and you will have left a lot of money on the table. Why you've come up with this arbitrary requirement that you have to repay for all your blown accounts in one single payout is beyond me. Like, I don't know why it's got to be that way. Why can't you just take one payout after the other? I mean, it's take profit trader, right? You can take payouts every day. Why did you create this dynamic in your mind where it's like, I want a one payout to pay for everything else? Why? So as of now, has not come down, and where I'd have been interested for a long. So how do you use the DOM? I don't. Some people like the DOM, so I have it over there for them. But yeah, I don't use it. Oh well, the prop firm helps you because it reduces consequences. Like if I were to tell you that you have a bad day and that bad day, let's for numbers' sake, is $2,000 gone, would you rather have that bad day's consequence being literally losing $2,000 or losing $102? Which set of consequences would you like? Of a bad day, meaning you had a $2,000 losing trade. Would you like that to mean the consequence you literally lost $2,000 or the consequence to be you lost $102? You can only take out anything above 52. That's what you can take out. Correct, Maggie. You are understanding correctly. Okay. M109 Rider, I'm asking you a specific question. There's a bad trade. For argument's sake, let's just define bad trade as minus $2,000. Now let's talk sets of consequences. One set of consequences is that means you literally lose $2,000. The other consequence is you lose $102. Which set of those consequences would you like? Would you choose? Okay, approaching what I think could be a good long. No, I take it down to 52. Any penny I'm owed, I'm taking. Are we about to get a bounce off this pink line? Correct. I do get that for sure. Well, that's their power. It's a risk management tool. And then you can get into other stuff like copy trading and all that sort of stuff too. So like okay, I have to get along here. I'm doing it. Let's see if we can get the bounce off the pink line. So if that green line turns blue, I'm in. But right now it's behaving as though it might want to find some support here. So let's see. But if it remains a Clade fade day, everybody should be getting short here. But want to get short. Come on, bounce. Bounce. All right, stop is right there. This either needs to keep bouncing, or it'll be a small green. But yes, if you've been here over the past hour, you know why. For my mental sake, this needs to be a green trade. Come on, come on, come on, hit that target. Thank you. All right, now, okay, let's put this right here. Okay, let's get my next target out there. So there is the next target. Again, my stop. Sure, this will be a green trade now. Just trying to figure out how big. Let's see if this thing wants to just keep bouncing straight up. I don't understand. What do you need to learn more about? I don't know. Why don't you do this? Why don't you go to Take Profit Trader's website? That's the link at the top of the screen over the weekend. Look around their weekend or look around their website. And then on Monday, if you still have more questions, I think you can ask a little bit more pointed questions at that point. And I'm about to be stopped. Staying in by the skin of my chin. The skin of my chinny chin. Oh, are you really going to bounce some more? I'll go right in front of that area right there. Come on, brother. Okay, let's go. Did it just get my hopes up to come now straight back down and then stop me out? Again, I got myself a green trade. Now just trying to figure out how big of a green trade. I mean, yeah, Nathan, but at the same time, I can understand prop firms the first time seem a little goofy. Like, wait, what? What's going on? Huh? I mean, I see what you're saying too, but like, I can't. I think a lot of times it seems too good to be true. I think that's where a lot of the skepticism comes from. It's like, no, this is sketchy because that's way too good to be true. Like, what do you mean I can produce 10,000% ROIs for myself? Like in a matter of weeks? What do you mean? So my stop loss. So now my risk is making 10 points. My reward is unknown because I don't know how high this might want to bounce. So again, my risk is making 10 points. My reward unknown. Oh, come on. You could just need to come up a little bit more. It could get rejected from the 21 EMA, which is why I'm trying to take off a little bit more profit just in case it does get up there and reject. But it's first got to get up there. And then if it does come up through, then I'll still have contracts to enjoy the ride. Come on. Okay, so now my risk is making 13 points. Reward unknown. Again, risk is making 13 points. Reward unknown. Come on, dude. How do you not just hit me right there? That's stupid. How could it not at least hit me right there? Oh. Stopped out. All right. There we go. So that was a nice little trade there. This is how I trade. Then I get stopped. You trade how? You mean you let the position work for you? Okay, Roger, see you later. You're back to being a total dent. All right. We know you'll be back, Roger, under your millionth other name. But I told you you're on a tight leash, and then you asked a question that I've answered millions of times before. So I got to just chalk that up to you going back to your rage baiting. And some people that I don't know, they just don't get it. Again, I'll still give him credit. Like, I can't believe he was that honest. Literally told us the previous two names he had created. A good reminder though. Some days it's like, man, like why so many trolls? And it's just like, okay, well, wait a second. We could have 10 trolls, but it's only 2 people because each person decided to create 5 accounts because, well, they're trolls, you know? Took the same trade on MES. Nice job. Yeah, James. That is a threat for sure. I agree, Kurt. I agree. That's the weird part. Like I understand joking around. I understand, that's what guys do, right? But there is also that point where like if you find yourself creating new names over and over again because you're that obnoxious, it's just like it's sad when you actually stop and think about it. Because I have nothing against trolling when done right. And the most of you guys know how to do it right. You know how to make it obvious you're joking, blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know. But like some people that like, or I don't know. I don't know. I have no answers. But when you really stop and think about it, it becomes actually kind of a sad set of circumstances. Did I buy? I bought here. No, here. I bought somewhere around here and made a little bit on that bump up, but then when it rolled over, it stopped me out on the long side. So no, I did not buy here. I did buy over here though. Oh, Trump was supposed to talk at 2. I have no idea. If he did, we all missed it. Man, that trade felt good. Even though it was basic, by no means any sort of banger. After, what a wild Friday. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but that felt good, boys. Oh. I want to ask for this girl's number that works at our grocery store. I'm feeling the vibes. I'm more scared of that. Dude, okay. Okay, the grocery store. Let's go. I was hoping you would say at the thrift store. For those of you that were not here to get my good dating advice yesterday, you missed out on a doozy. So you need to sell right. No, I already bought and I've already been stopped out, meaning I've sold. Because when you buy and then you get stopped out, that means you're selling. So I've already sold. No. I do not feel exhausted after trading. I do feel exhausted after this, though, but that's because it's a combination of live streaming for almost 4 hours and trading. Ooh, is this a short here? Like a little double top? Well, if it was, I hesitated too much. So, oh well. I guess technically is that like a triple? It depends how you want to look at it. If you're looking at that as a high and that as a high, and then yeah, technically speaking, that's going for the triple top right there. And you also have the 21 EMA right there. All right, see you later, Mazar. Mazer. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Dude, I dropped a knowledge bomb on dating advice yesterday. It's like straight up and I'm not even kidding. If you're a younger fella and you're single, and go to the thrift store, Goodwill, any of those. And if you see a lady your age, man, that says a lot that she's not at Louis Vuitton, except she's willing to get a thrift store. Like, that's a keeper. And then you walk up and you're like, do you know how to sew? And if she's like, yeah, that's why I'm shopping, because I want to, kind of take some of these and then make my, dude, let's go. Let's go. That's a keeper. After that, say, man, we should get coffee sometime. A thrift store compared to where? Where would you propose to pick up a girl? Let me guess. No, you want to go to Louis Vuitton. Really? You want to pick up a girl at Louis Vuitton? Personally, I'll take the woman that's happy with like a hand-me-down purse as opposed to one that demands like an $800 purse. But that's just me. To me, one of those is a little bit more materialistic than the other. In my life experience of 20 years, now granted, that is a logical fallacy. Just because I've been doing stuff for 20 years doesn't mean it's a fact. I'm just saying that to me, I am attracted towards more people that are not all materialistic. Yeah, I mean, yes, Kurt, like I said. I understand now. Okay, cool, Ireland. Good to have you, though. I don't recognize the name, so I assume you're new here. But yeah, good to have you. Well, that would have not worked out very well, huh? That little triple top just got triple punched in the face. Like I said, I don't know. Triple top was me using a very loose term for that. But I was thinking about it, but clearly not a whole lot of conviction. Granted, I didn't take the trade. I can't even get a payout yet. No bougie girl. Yeah. Or if if again, younger fellas, if you're out at coffee, whatever, with a girl, just ask her. Just try to bring up like thrift shopping. Like, is she into thrifting, stuff like that? And if she gives you this scowl like that's beneath her, that's a stop loss, folks. That's a stop loss. But if she's like, oh, I love to thrift, you should be like, hey, I'll go with you sometime. I would ask the girl at the thrift store if she knew how to cook. I bet she does. Or I bet she's open to learning. Because cooking is a challenge. Finding old clothes to turn into like newer clothes, hence why it's even better if they're willing to sew, then they like a challenge. And cooking is a challenge, so I bet they'd like that challenge. So are you buying? Brother, I'm just watching right now. I'm giving dating advice right now, brother. Oil going crazy? I mean, yeah, I guess. I was, again, I'm not going to say like I was just thinking, don't get me wrong, this is worth noting. It is worth noting. But like, when I heard crazy, I did think I was going to hear something a little bit more than that. See, Eric, he knows. Again, any of us that are a little bit old, I think, with anybody, I understand. Maybe what I'm saying sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, there's a lot that can be learned within a thrift store type thing. I'm not saying that there can't be goals of wanting to get there someday, but like, to just think you're entitled to Louis Vuitton, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather have the one that's like, no, maybe someday, but like now, I like the challenge of trying to find some old clothes, maybe sew them together, create something that fit, to me. Whew. I'm going tomorrow. Yeah, the Facebook page I follow, They just said that they've had reports now in the county that I'm in. So yeah, I am heading out tomorrow. Yeah, more maintenance, more problems. Exactly. Not a fan of high end. Well, yeah, but I don't even know how you define that. Like, yeah, I guess if you defined it as a woman that like just feels entitled to having Louis Vuitton, if she has herself loaded in credit card debt to have that Louis Vuitton purse, holy smokes. With that said, to any of you women here, if the dude has himself loaded in truck debt, so he can have that big old truck that's jacked up and he is loaded down in debt, see ya. That's the male equivalent of the Louis Vuitton. So I'm willing to cook up both sides of the equation. Now, if that gentleman is like, no, this truck is paid for, okay, that's different. But sorry, brothers, you're being a financial baboon if you're loading yourself down in debt to drive a truck. Because by definition, your truck payment reveals you can't actually afford that truck. Oh boy, I'm waiting for views to just plummet now. Let's see who can take heat and who's going to be offended. All right. Wait, no, this is oil. I don't. Uh-oh. Went from 315 down to 308. Uh-oh. We had 7 guys that were like, wait, what? Yeah, now if you have a truck and you are like, might not need this, but like you're a handyman and that's part of your business, okay, that's fine. That's that's a business thing. But like, yeah. Good. If you're not offended, I applaud you. I think I'm the worst live streamer. Like these like I've cooked up both sides. So like I'm just like eliminating swaths of potential viewership from people. I'm a terrible live streamer. I should probably just zip it and just keep my personal, but I mean, come on now. I'm just trying to help a brother out. It does, Kurt. It does. I think something about dripping faucets too. No, I'm not playing. No, I'm equally as objective. Like people love to cook up the girl who's in credit card debt because she wants that Louis Vuitton purse. But somehow the dude loaded down in truck debt always skips away scot-free. I don't know. That seems kind of like a double standard. You know? I'm here to stomp on double standards. Well, hey, if you enjoyed the live stream or if you've been enjoying, you've been here at any point during the week and you want to help support it and ensure that it continues, then as of now, this is totally viewer supported. Maybe someday we'll get sponsorships and maybe someday I'll say, you know what, who cares if you use code Clay or not? I got sponsorships, so from the business side of things, it makes total sense for me to do this. But as of now, that's not the case. So it does depend on you as viewers. So if you enjoy and you want to help ensure that the stream continues, then yes, I cannot be any more blunt and transparent than to say that as much as I enjoy this, there is still a business component because, like I said, I got 6 hungry kids that need to be fed. So code Clay with any of these prop firms is how you can help support the stream. And like I said, I recommend I love Take Profit Trader, but I understand if you're an experienced prop firm trader, maybe you're trying to build out your empire and you want other prop firms. So with any of those prop firms, like I said, code Clay is how you can help out. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. On your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be great. I don't know, maybe we got 26 of you that have not yet hit the like button that can help push up over 300 likes. But like I said, on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. I will be back Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. Usually I do show up early. So if you want to know exactly when I go live, then that is where subscribing and then turning on notifications help out, because it'll notify you as soon as I do go live. But that is all I have. So, excuse me. Hopefully I'll be back Monday. But yeah, a weird one today. Started off so good and ended kind of rough. But at least I got that final trade. It was a little bit of a winner. So, but take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Code Clay, all caps. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you back.